All right. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the platform, episode 119. We have a very, very special guest with us today, Miss Jolene Andersen. She is the voice of Ada Wong on Resident Evil 2 Remake. I think she also voiced Ada Wong on Resident Evil Damnation, which was like an animated movie as well. Welcome, Jolene. How are you doing?
I'm awesome.
How are
Thanks.
you doing on this fine Saturday?
It's fabulous. I live in California, so it's gorgeous. The sun's out. Everything's perfect, and spring is in full swing. And I'm talking to you guys. Good.
Yeah, all right. Well, welcome. Like I said, she is the voice of Ada Wong, and which she does a very, very amazing job as well. I think the critics would agree. Because critics are harsh on remakes, so you gotta have some real talent to actually make it work, and so we definitely appreciate that. So yeah, we have Jolene on. The hype is real. So now she says she's not a gamer at all, but I think we can at least convince her to play one game. I think that's my goal for today, is to convince her to play one game.
Okay, maybe Resident Evil. I don't know.
That was the one. Like, please play your shit, So.
Yeah, I don't know. I've done other games too, and I don't. I did last Tomb Raider also. I have no idea.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even really know how the characters and the narrative work in the game. It's so odd. And also, it's really incredible. That like games have come so far that they've got these beautiful storylines and everything. But I'm not even sure what my character does in the game, other than this.
Sorry. But you know what? Still, it's amazing having you on. We super appreciate it. Thank you so much. All right, let's get into our. Hey, there's a video segment. You guys get ready in chat. There's a video segment that. I can't wait, but we'll see. All right, so we're going to do our panel introductions. We do it in no particular order. Let's start with LaLa, Alexis. What's up, LaLa?
Hello!
What's going on?
Good morning! I'm also in California, so it's morning for me, too. Welcome, everybody. Good morning. I'm still waking up. I don't know why I'm so awake. I just opened my coffee. I'm LaLa Alexis from Twitch. I am streaming every day, currently playing. Last night I was playing Batman Arkham City. I realized I hate Batman games, I think.
Oh, shit. What? Really?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're fucking trash, and they make me mad. I've also been playing Days Gone, Stardew Valley, and I just copped Super Mario Sunshine for the first time on GameCube.
Wow, really?
Yeah! Oh my god, that's like a whole nother story how I scored that game. It's fucking awesome. That game was a come up to me. It just fell on my lap, literally. It was awesome.
Well, you know what? I saw you streaming it, and I was like, I'm going to be a PC pirate. And I actually got Mario Sunshine. And
I it's better, though.
It is.
Take a live, Daddy.
My GameCube controller. Like, the GameCube's right there.
Listen.
You can see it.
Yeah, see, I played it on the Dolphin emulator. I was playing it on the Dolphin emulator because I was like, fuck, I want to play it too. I was watching you play it. I'm like,
it's inverted as fuck. It's so hard. Like, I'm trying to play. I'm like, damn, this shit's hella backwards. Like,
it's different. You know what? It's definitely different. Because I remember playing it when I was younger and I was loving it. And then when I booted it up last night, I was like, damn, this game is kind of dark. Like, it was a little dark for a Mario game.
Especially Miss Peach. She's being kind of a bitch. And I was like, damn, she's demanding a lot of me right now. Shit.
All right,
that's pretty much what I've been playing this week.
All right. Well, welcome, LaLa. All right, next up, we got Big Mike, a.k.a. Big Mario. What's up, man?
What's
Tell
up,
everybody what you're currently playing, man.
Here. What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Big Mike here, representative Dual Shockers. I'm over here playing Rainbow Six Siege, Mortal Kombat 11, and just having a whole shit ton of fun on Mixer over there on the Mixer community.
Okay, all right. Shouts out to DualShockers.com. They do stream on Mixer. Big Mike is kind of like their go-to outside of Al.
Hey, it's the best place to get your news. It's the best place to get your gaming news. Not
Yes.
that TMZ gaming news.
Not that TMZ shit, not that LIGN shit. So, real info.
No.
So,
No, that's Danny, or trying to do his own TMZ thing. Pulling up the dirt on Jolene over here.
here we go. But listen, I found some dirt. I did find some dirt, but shouts out the chat. What's up, Joking? What's up, Lokita? Woo, Lokita's here. Yes. Oh shit. Yes. What's up, Alucard? What's up?
Bootylicious is here. Bootylicious is here.
Whatever.
It's like whatever.
Next up, thank you for being here, sir. Next up, we got the Mighty King. What's up, man? Introduce yourself and tell everybody what you're currently playing. King. Oh, King. Oh, King. Can you hear him? I can't hear him. Can you hear him?
I can hear you.
I hear him.
I'll mute him on your end, you doofus.
What? Oh,
shit.
Hold on. Say something, King. Say something, King. I can't unmute you, bro. I
hear him.
unmute you.
I hear you. You muted him when we were
volume
having
down.
issues before. You
Okay,
muted him.
there it is.
Back
There
on.
it is.
You guys
Danny, that's on you, bro.
Danny, lose a life. Lose a life.
Alright,
There we
go ahead, King.
So-
What's up, man?
So as I was saying before, hey everybody, this is King. I've been taking a break just this week from Twitch, but I'll be returning back next week. I'm streaming Resident Evil 2. I just beat Leon's side, and on Leon's side, it has the beautiful Ada Wong, Miss Jolene, and then playing Mortal Kombat 11, and then just returning back to Overwatch and just playing for fun.
Okay, all right, yeah. So you got back into Overwatch, man. I was thinking about doing that too, man, but
It's just fun, just like
it's like there's nothing gained with Overwatch. You just you set up a match, you fucking fight, and then it's like redo. Like I don't know. It's just like I feel like there's nothing gained, but I don't know. Lokita, you got me. Listen, I don't need three left.
Fighters, though. You literally just summed up every fighting game ever. You set up a
Battle Royale.
fight and it's over.
Yeah, but fighting, there's a
Battle Royales too. I mean, you start up and it's
True.
over.
well, but there's like
Do it
shit to
again.
gain during the match. Like I feel like there's a level of gains that you get during those matches. With Overwatch, it's just literally a plain arena, thing, and that's it. Like
But you get more though than with a 2D fighter like Mortal Kombat. You get like a small stage you just go back and forth on. You get much less.
Fuck you, Terry. All right. Next up, we got Austin, the mysterious man. He said he was showing his face today, but he got 10 seconds to show it. You know what I'm saying?
Well, just give me a second here. We're getting there.
Hold on. You know what I'm saying? He said he was
Look, man.
right.
You gotta understand,
Jolene
man.
called you out earlier, so let's be sure.
that
You
is
gotta
true.
understand. You gotta understand there, Danny. He's on that 2G internet in Canada.
Ooh.
Hey, no, it's better now. It's at least three.
We rooted Canada.
He
Canada's awesome.
said it's at least 3G. You guys gotta give him some props.
Oh shit. That's fucked up.
Anyways,
Where's
so,
your video?
yeah, I am.
Right, Jolene's calling you out. Where the video at? We don't see you.
It's coming. It's coming.
Oh, it's coming?
So set
All right,
up.
yeah. That sounds like a
That's what
porno.
she said.
Right, right, exactly.
Sometimes exciting.
That's what she said. It's coming.
Fine, you know what? Finish everybody else's, and then when you come back to me, I'll be ready.
Ooh, I did it. Listen, I did everybody. You're actually the last one
No,
before the
Terry.
host.
Terry stole.
You did not do me. What are you talking about?
Oh, damn,
Oh,
Danny.
shit. Hold on. Wait,
Take my
wait.
life, Danny.
Wait, no. Wait.
Danny,
Wait.
no.
Wait.
You need some milk. Relax.
Exactly.
He's fucking red right now.
Please.
He needs some milk.
Yeah, get a glass of water.
Danny's failing hard today. Danny's failing hard today. He must be like
He's failing big time today. Like, wow, he's so off his game.
It's because I'm hazy. Anyway. Next up, we got the Rage Queen, Cool Cat Terry. What's up, Terry? Introduce yourself and tell everybody what you're playing.
Nobody cares what I'm playing. No, yes, everybody, it's Cool Cat Terry from Twitch, and I'm still playing Anthem, because Anthem is life to me. I broke 400 hours on it, and everybody who hates that game can fuck off. I don't care, but I love that game. Alright, I've also been playing Uno. Lots of Uno.
LaLa, don't die back there.
LaLa died.
About what I'm playing. Like, God damn it, poor fucking Terry, man. She's in her fucking corner, playing her fucking Anthem, and everybody's not being dead, dude. Fuck off.
Here, Terry, I do this one for you. I do this because I love you, Terry. I'm gonna do this one for you. There you go. Because you
I almost stopped laughing, and then Terry says, "Fuck you guys!" And also,
oh shit! LaLa is dying. All
Like the dark
right,
overlord in the corner here with like the red hat. Like, you know what I mean? It's just like
Yeah,
I know, right?
I agree.
Like the fucking
you can't see
mysterious
anything with
ass
your
Mario.
evil googly eyes. Just
right. This is like. All right. Next up, I guess we got Austin. Are you camera ready or are you still bitched out? Oh shit! Here we go. Shit. Oh shit! Boy, you got that Bray Wyatt.
Told you I was here.
The Bray Wyatt.
the beer back.
Boy, he's bringing sexy back.
What are you doing?
What's
Terry?
up, Austin, man? What's up, Austin, man? Introduce yourself and tell everybody what you're currently playing, sir.
You call another man sexy daddy? That's a little weird.
Listen, I support my cast members. Go ahead, Austin.
So yeah, now I am here. You can see.
All right.
And I'm taking a break from Sekiro, and I'm currently trudging through Days Gone.
Okay. All right. I know you're ready. You're boiling up to hate on it. I feel it. I feel like
It's not great. It does nothing very well.
All right. Well, I guess Big Mike, you'll probably disagree with that, right? Have you been playing Days Gone, Big Mike?
I haven't started it yet, but I'm going to.
Oh,
I played it once, like for a couple
okay.
hours.
Did you like it,
that's
LaLa?
all you really need.
It was cool. I mean, I suck though. Like, I'm not good at those like really like intense tactical games like that. Like, one mission took me fucking forever because I couldn't figure out what I was supposed to do. I was just supposed to listen to the bitch, and I kept getting seen. I was like, why couldn't they fucking see me? Why couldn't I kill them? And it was like, pissing me off. Just shit like that happens to me where it's like something stupid that I should know, but I'm retarded. So it sucks.
What's up? Who we got? I guess somebody new. Molly Pandora? Well, that name sounds a little. Might be a Russian bot. That
No,
could be a
it's
Russian
Fire
bot.
Nymph. No. She's
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Take that
All
back,
right,
Daddy.
all right.
Take that back, Daddy.
Fire-
All right, just want to make sure.
she's part of the Beauty Gamers, and she's a good friend of Lupita.
Oh, okay. All right. Shouts out. Hold up. Shouts
my
out
God.
to Beauty Gamers. I love Beauty Gamers. They do a lot of good content.
Look at him backpedal so quick.
Backpedal like a motherfucker. Backchecking like a motherfucker. So, all right, whatever.
That's why I met Terry was Beauty Gamers.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
I love Beauty Gamers. I just didn't understand that name. It was like,
You still only got one life.
Actually,
Daddy.
that's where I met you, LaLa, through
Was on
one of the podcasts.
That's
Yeah.
where I met
Through
LaLa
Terry.
as well. Through Terry.
Yeah, you're welcome, everybody.
You're welcome, everybody.
She blessed you with my presence.
Oh, I know why. That's why I met Lokita, because of Terry.
Yeah, Lokita. Okay. Anyway. What's up, everybody? My name is Danny. I'm the host here at the platform, and I have been playing Mario Sunshine because of LaLa. I've been playing a little bit of Mortal Kombat. I'm getting booty clapped in that. I've been playing some Sekiro. I'm still stuck on that fucking ape. I played a little bit of Resident Evil 2. I'm still not anywhere because I'm a scary bitch on that front. And then I got back into Cuphead. So I wanted to kind of do some of those challenges. So I've been playing that shit. And they say gamers don't game on their phones, but I have been gaming on my phone too because I also work, so I'm busy. And it's like on my lunch, I like to game.
Switch.
Well, yeah, well, I got a Switch, but
I don't game on my phone.
Well,
I
that's
bring my
because-
Switch.
No, you
That's
used
my
to.
Switch.
You used to,
No.
Terry. Both you and
No,
I.
I did that.
I was gonna
on
say, stop
PC.
lying.
No,
Yeah,
PC.
yeah.
That's PC.
I did that on PC. I don't use my damn phone.
Okay. I've been playing Epic 7 and Soul Destiny. So those are like gotcha games. I know this so fucking shitty because they want you to pay, you know, but I don't pay. I just wait. That's what it basically is. You wait for that shit to load, then you hit that fucking button. So that's what I've been playing. All right. Okay. So like I said,
let's
we
get
have
into
so we have an amazing guest. Miss Jolene Andersen, and I wanted to go through a bunch of questions with you. Nothing too personal. Some things personal. Yeah, we're definitely going to do that video because
I gotta talk about my personal life. I don't know. Like
you said you'd rather talk about your personal life.
I'd rather get personal. Oh, that's right. Okay, no.
Okay, all right.
It's your
It's
show.
like-
You embarrass me all you want.
It's like, is this table, is this seat taken? No? All right. Fuck it. Like I said, we're definitely appreciate you having you on, and I wanted to ask you, so Ada Wong, that character, how did you get introduced to that? Was that something that you reached out for, or did your agent say like, "Hey, look at this shit. This might be dope for you to do"?
No. I'm happy to say I don't know how many like artists and actors listen to this show, but like I created this career for myself doing video games and stuff like on my own, kind of by happenstance. So first, I just wanted to correct you that for this RE remake, I voiced and mocapped. I did like the full performance for Ada, and when I did Biohazard Damnation, I was only the mocap actor for that, and that's how it started. Yeah, so I saw a project, I saw a breakdown, because we look at these, like, every day I go out there and I just try to find what people are casting and kind of pitch myself, and then, you try to get auditions and stuff. So I didn't know what it was, and they don't usually give you the name. It's all very top secret. You have to sign NDAs before you get sides for auditions, like all that kind of stuff. So I didn't know what it was, but the character sounded really cool, because it was just my kind of jam. And then I don't know how I got into the audition, because usually with mocap, it's like, if you have never done it, you don't get to do it. And if you have, you know what I mean? It's one of those like double-edged. So I got in for the audition, which was great. And then I actually don't think I booked it. I think another girl booked it, and she just didn't want to travel to Japan.
Whoa, shit.
Yeah, I know. It's fucking idiot. Anyway, so like she's like 5'6". Like I would, I think I did a good job. Well, obviously because I was like their next choice. But she's like 5'6", big fake titties. Do you know what I mean? They were kind of like, oh, she's like big fake titties. Build. So she obviously turned the job down because she didn't want to go. And I knew it was her, like, because we went back for callbacks. And we all know each other a little bit in the business, And when I didn't get it, I was like, she got it. So the next time I saw her at an audition, I was like, you fucking booked that, didn't you? And she was like, yeah, I just didn't want to go to Japan because people get sex trafficked. And I was like, well, I went. And they paid twice as much because it was an emergency. And so then that was my first thing. So I didn't know what I was getting into. So I just sort of like Googled Ada Wong, Resident Evil. Like I had no idea what the franchise was or the world. And what's really funny is I had a boyfriend at the time, and I was like, oh, I'm going to play this amazing thing. Her name's Ada Wong. And he Googled her, and everything that came up was like Ada porn. You know what I mean? He was like, what are you doing? I was like, I didn't. So it was all this.
I'm not gonna lie, I saw the fucking video you're talking about.
I was like, this is amazing. People fantasize about cartoon characters. And it opened my eyes to the whole world. Like, yes, millions of people all over the world beat off to cartoon characters. But that's
Look,
whole
look.
nother
Honestly,
genre.
honestly, like if you look at her design too, like it is like
There's a
super
fetish
porno
for
style. Like
everything.
she got gigantic titties. Like she does flips.
Rule,
She always
rule
does
34.
flips.
Rule
Always
34.
lingerie and heels. Yeah, it's great. I love Ada. I'm down for that. I think that's fucking great. And I do the mocap in heels too, which is funny. But
Oh
Wow.
shit, for real? Now how was that? Did you hurt yourself?
well,
at one
it's fine
point?
because I don't do the stunts. Like, I mean, I'll hang from things and I'll fire gun and we'll do like combat and stuff. But like, whoever the gymnasts are, or whatever, whoever's doing like flips over stuff, like that's not me. I'm not that person.
Are they in heels too, the gymnasts?
I don't think so. I don't know. I'm not there on those days. I'm not there on the stunt days. But I would seriously doubt it. Yeah. I don't know. I'd be curious. I never got to meet my stunt double. I think sometimes people are a little bit like, sorry, we're bringing in someone, you know what I mean? So they try to like, protect your ego a little bit, but I'm not. I'm
They say,
fine with
her booty is a little more crispy, so we're gonna bring her in. Like, I mean, is that what was?
Yeah, they're just more talented. So where was I? Anyway, so that's what introduced me to the world, and then after that, I whenever I'd see something that was like mocap come down the pike, I had this really great credit. Like being Ada is huge. So anyone who's in the mocap like gaming world, for me just to pitch that alone, they were like, oh, okay, and I would like then be brought in for other stuff. So then I did. I was Sophia in the last Tomb Raider game.
Yes. Yep.
And then
Terry is a big fan
I
here.
love me some Tomb Raider.
I love
that was a great character too. She's like the leader of the resistance, right? She's almost like a wildling. She helped save the day, and I did full performance for that, and so it just kind of kept rolling. So then the next time I saw something come down the pike, then I could pitch those two things. And I did the voice for Commander Sarah Briggs in Titanfall too, but I just
Mm-hmm. Yep.
yeah.
Sweet.
So and then it just keeps rolling, and then I saw a breakdown where they were very open. They're like Resident Evil remake. They put the names of the characters. I was really shocked. They don't normally do that, and so I really jumped on that because I was like, it's me, remember? Like I was Ada, and so I pitched and pitched and pitched, and I really like fought for that, and they brought me in. And it's just a sea of cute little Japanese girls and like me, it was just really. And then Nick was there. I guess at that point they already cast Nick, and so they were like putting us all together. And I thought I blew that audition. I didn't know that it was going to be voice and motion capture, and that it was full performance. So like I left in tears in the car. I was like, I'm a loser. Like I fucking blew that. But then I got a call back, and I was so because then you're like, and then it's worse because you're closer and closer to like getting Ada. You know what I mean? Like I just wanted to have her complete. Like that was probably one of the most exciting ideas of my career, right? And so then I go to the callback, and again I'm like, it was awful. I cried. You know what I mean? Again, a sea of adorable little Japanese girls. I'm like, oh, I'm never gonna book this. And then when I booked it, I was just so fucking excited. I was like, she's mine. She's mine because I get to do everything. And so that's sort of how I ended up in the world. It was just a snowball effect, just like getting out there and seeking out the work and getting people to hire me. And then I just feel like the luckiest person on earth to play Ada. She's one of my favorite characters ever and one of my favorite jobs ever.
That character is so iconic. So like having that in your resume is like fucking gigantic. Honestly, like it's like a never-ending thing now. Like it's a constant now. Like you're gonna be pulled in 1,000 directions.
Just get my little mark in history.
Well, I must say you did an amazing job.
It's funny, I don't even think about that stuff when I do it. It's because because Nick and Stephanie, they're all like really big gamers, and they're all like kind of like used to being in this world. Like it never occurred to me that I would have to like deal with like any kind of like fallout, or I didn't really understand the connection to the fan base until this one came out. Like I didn't know all these people cared about it so much. And then when you're just so excited to do it, and then you just don't want to fuck it up because there's this fan base. And then you don't want to fuck it up because you're like, are they going to fire me? Are they going to bring me back? Because you spend 2-3 years like going back and doing the mocap and the voice work and all this stuff, and you never know if you're doing it right, or if they're satisfied or they're happy, and so you kind of like live under that bubble of like, am I doing this character justice? Like, are
That's
they
a lot of fun stuff to think about. Like just like in your head.
Yeah,
to like freak out over.
Yeah. But I'm used to that as an actor already. People just like judging you and then just being like, yeah, no, so like you let that pressure you live with all the time. So it's not. But I personally just really wanted, like, Ada was important to me. You know what I mean? Like I just loved her so much. Like that would have been devastating if they had like replaced me. You know what I mean? That would have been horrible. instead we're here, and I'm so glad that the whole game was received well, because that's really scary, and you do feel a responsibility for that. You're like, oh god, this is so beloved to so many people, and if this sucks, there's gonna be a lot of unhappy people with pitchforks. It's like, so
you don't want to get on fucking Twitter's bad side, because like you'll be fucking added, you're ready to have you fucked up.
I don't really even know how to use Twitter, so we're good there. But what's interesting is I've gotten love. I haven't heard from the critics, and I hope I never do. Like, I don't know who the haters are, but they don't have my number. I don't know where they are.
We'll make sure they have it.
No. Sure I don't want to hear from them. No.
Exactly.
It's all done and dusted. I can't change anything, so fuck them.
I do have a question for you.
Wait, hold on. I think we got some echo.
In the game spoilers.
Hold up.
Yeah, the microphone is acting up again.
Yeah, but I think it came back. I think we have an echo.
Is it me again?
Yeah.
I think so.
Do I have to leave and come back?
Do it again.
Yeah, do it. Yeah, go ahead and do it again, because it's Discord having issues, though.
Okay, talk amongst yourselves. I'll be back.
All right.
Sorry about this.
Well, it is important to keep, true to the character, because, it's like, that's the same thing what Nick did. Like, Nick cared, he cared about his character, and that comes through. Because when you're doing remakes are so fucking touchy. Because
everybody's extra hardcore on them.
It does, and you got fan base. Like, could you imagine if they remade if they redid Kingdom Hearts for you, LaLa, like not just like a 3, but like they redid it, like a remake of the first one or the second one.
That'd be insane.
You would definitely want your expectations would be extremely fucking high.
And that's the same with movies also when they remake a movie.
I was thinking movies too.
Like Jason, remember they redid Jason tons of times, So definitely when you do remakes, there's no middle ground. You know what I'm saying? There's always a stark is fucking amazing, or it is straight shit. And so Jolene, I absolutely understand that pressure, because honestly, as fans of the genre, as fans of the series, when we first heard about it, we were hyped. But then, as true fans, we start thinking about those small things. We're like, all right, who did they get to play what? And what are they going to change from the remake to, from the original? You don't want too much changed,
When did you find out it was, when did the fans know that it was being remade?
It was being...
Capcom teased it.
Yeah, Capcom teased it, a while back.
A little bit, yeah.
Like when they started shooting it, or, a year before they released it?
It was like a tease on their Twitter.
Yeah, it was like 2 years. It was they did it 2 years before its release.
Then the internet was like,
it was a tease.
The internet was like, where's our remake? Where's our remake for after we got Resident Evil 7? Everybody's like, where's our remake? Where's our remake? Everybody's just started coming on where?
So it was teased a while ago, because Resident Evil.
It was. It was like 3 years ago, something like that. It was like 2 or 3 years ago.
And when they showed it last year, I think it was at E3. The game trailer and the gameplay, everybody was like, "Oh my god, it's happening!"
Oh my god, yeah, because it was literally like a tease and then nothing, and then E3 they showed the trailer, and everybody like the graphics and just like what they did with the series was mind blowing.
Yeah, he was like, ready to chuck when they showed that one scene where this guy's jaw was dropping off. He's like,
they were shooting bullets into his jaw. I'm like, what the fuck? But it was amazing. It was amazing. I thought it was outstanding. So
I gotta tell you how exciting is, even though I'm not a gamer, I appreciate the process and what's happening and the what comes out. And when we would still be shooting the mocap, they would just get so excited and they'd be like, look what we're doing with it. Look what we've done. Look what we've done. And they would just sort of do these little bits and pieces. And our minds were blown. We were like, holy shit, that is amazing.
Yeah.
And they would tease us a little bit. And I think they wanted us to see how magical it was going to be, because they probably thought. I'm just an actress. Everyone else is. Even the actors were so involved. I think they wanted to know what they were being a part of. And they were so proud to show us how incredible the graphics and everything looked. And they were hella impressive. They were super cool.
It was. They really took their time on it. Go ahead, King.
So my question before, just we had that echo. And spoilers for anybody who hasn't played it yet, or Danny, you gotta beat it.
That's okay. Go ahead.
I'll challenge you.
Danny, cover your ears.
There's one scene where Ada is down in I believe it's the garbage or I think it's sewers, and she has what is it, like a blade or a knife through her leg, and then Leon has to go all that. Was that a stunt double? That of course it would be fake, the props, all that, or was that like you acting out and then doing a mocap for that?
Oh yeah, okay, so this is really fun. No, that was me. There wasn't like stunts really necessarily involved. But you know what's really fun about mocap? I don't know if you guys have ever seen sort of like photos of people doing it or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So you're in this massive room, like this huge, almost like feels like an airplane hangar type thing, right? So you've got this huge space, and there's nothing in it, and then there's all these little like lights and sensors and stuff like on the wall, like in a grid all around you, the ceiling, the walls, and whatever. And then you're in this little condom suit, like all with dots all over you. And your face has all these little dots and everything. But so you're working in like this flat space. And then the awesomeness of it is that it's all your imagination. Now, like they'll set up like a couple sticks over here and be like, that's the cave, you know, and they're like, this over here is a big explosion and the monster comes from here and then you come around here and then your dad dies and then blah, 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 blah. And then like, we're going to use a sponge and that's your dad. And that's like whatever, you know, and so they can't really have anything else in that space, or they can't capture it, you know. It has to be, it's all very like specific, so everything you have has to be sort of like captured with the dots, like if you have a gun or something. So it's really weird. So in that flat space, it's almost like working with Muppets. Like we had to find a way to make it look like, you know, she's falling, because it's sort of like an earthquake type thing, and she falls into that mess of whatever, and then she ends up with like a steel spike through her leg because she falls into like that thing of garbage. And no, then they like tape a big long thing onto my leg, and they were like, this is the knife. And it's
we'll just pretend this is the knife.
because it's so simple, but what the fun part is, it's like when you're pretending like you're 6 years old, you know. If you just like, it's all in your imagination because nothing is there and like nothing is real, and you're sort of like doing all these things, like, you know, you're rolling sideways and it makes you look like you're falling down this big huge thing, and it's a lot of like crazy tricks, you know. So no, I didn't need I can do some basic stuff like that. I can do some basic like combat or falls or.
We know you can.
And I think also there was the scene at the end of the game where I think you were grabbing onto the railing, and then it's like sort of this goodbye moment and fall off into the. When they were doing that, were you just like on a ledge and then underneath? Well, of course, still have cushions and all that.
They had me hanging from this big thing, so I actually was like hanging from it and like tied something around my hand so that that was actually kind of happening. And then Nick was like on a little platform across from me. He actually wasn't even looking down, and like he's looking down at nothing, you know what I mean, and like acting out his lines, and I'm like across from him looking up at nothing, you know what I mean. And then like playing that kind of scene, and then like I can let go and just like drop like a few feet, or sometimes you just let go and then like the camera is right there and then they make it look like you're falling, kind of thing.
Okay.
All these like amazing, weird ways of sort of like, you know, making that stuff come alive. But we
That's
did
very cool.
so that she was hanging, because then you kind of just need the body movement. It always comes down to like how natural does the body movement look. Go to great lengths to sort of make that happen. But
did Nick fuck up any of his lines? Like, did you guys like? Did he fuck you up at any point, or was he on point?
He's amazing. No, he's awesome.
Okay.
Consummate professional. Everybody was
Shout
really
out to
awesome.
Nick.
Like sure. I know Nick is amazing, and Stephanie too. And I feel like Stephanie probably, because she's just as much of a fan of the game and a gamer, and you know, her whole career is pretty amazing. I mean, I can imagine like when people started getting wind of it, and who was this new girl playing Claire? You know, I imagine, like the pressure on them must have been really severe. And no, they were amazing. It was such a great group of people to work with. And Nick's amazing. He like embodies Leon. Like he's perfect.
He does.
Nick is awesome.
You know, he's like really endearing and sweet and handsome and smart. You know what I mean? He's just he's really capable. You know, he's like the perfect everyman. You know what I mean? It's just like he really embodies Leon. You know, he's really easy to work with.
He does. He was a real fan of it too. So, and
were there any moments where he just completely fanboyed out since he is such a huge fan of Resident Evil?
Always.
Right? Yeah.
It's like
Damn it, we know it, Nick. Nick, damn it,
like
you
fanboying out, you know.
Yeah, for sure. Now, was there? Let me ask you this: what was more difficult? Was Resident Evil more difficult, or was Titanfall more difficult? Which one had more of a grueling schedule?
Yeah, no, Titanfall's just like going into the sound booth. I didn't do the mocap.
Okay, so
So that's not good. And they only let you in there you're only allowed to go in 4 hours at a time. Because just for vocal reasons, you know, they can't have you like screaming "Prepare for Titanfall" for 8 hours. They just don't allow that. So you need to let them do that. So that's really awesome. They can only have you for 4 hours at a time. And so that was super fun. So this one's, I mean, I would say it's never really grueling. I mean, it is a little bit because they're long days and it's a lot of physicality and a lot of like memorization and all that kind of stuff. But no, none of I don't find any of it too grueling. But this one was definitely more work because you do the mocap and you do the voice stuff, you know.
Right,
so it's a long day. It's all very physical, and and you're there day after day after day, and you're like exhausted, but you gotta go back, you know. But no one cared. Everyone was like, "Yay, we're back!" You know, when you're in love with a project like this, like you're happy to just be a part of it because you know it's gonna end. There's gonna be a day when you don't go back and create it anymore. So that's, you know, so you're just so fucking happy to be there. It's kind of
Now,
how did you
cherish that moment? Being on that project.
Oh, for sure. Every moment that you're creating something of this caliber, like that you are a part of this machine, you know what I mean? Just that we were creating this stuff that's gone out to you guys and gone out to the world that's received in this way is like a magical moment. And there's just these magical moments all the time where you feel like you're part of something so incredible, you know?
Mm-hmm.
It turned out so well though. Like, how did you feel when you heard about the sales? Like, it sold like 3 million in its first week or something like that. How did you feel about that?
I don't know what that means. I don't know any of that stuff. What I was really amazed with was like immediate fan response, which I think is what matters the most, right? Mm-hmm. I guess that coincides with the numbers, but those numbers don't mean anything to me. I'm not a suit. I don't know.
Not to put you on the spot. Like Nick's like the one, you know, texted me like and told me, he goes, Mike, he goes, how would you feel like, you know, having Jolene on the show? I was like, oh my god. I said, we would be honored to have Jolene on the show. I said, he's like, she's the voice of Ada Wong. He goes, she's super fucking amazing. That's what he said, exactly. But I have a question now. Now, you said you're doing the mocap and everything. Now, in that one scene where you guys were doing the kissing scene, was that a stunt double, CGI, or was that you in?
No, I got to. It was Valentine's Day too. It was like right.
Oh my god!
I'm a bit fruity tooty as an actor, so I'm like super emotional and all. And I was like single at the time or whatever, so don't, you know, it's nothing weird or whatever. Story between Ada and Nick and Leon. Yeah, Leon and Ada. No, it's not like that. It's just fun. Like I got to explore.
Why the fuck you lying?
I love you. That whole romantic arc with them, because I didn't know anything about the story really. I mean, they don't give you the script, and I never knew the game, so like every day I go in, I'm like, what's happening? And then we get to talk about this. So I got to
learn new stuff every day. Every day it's a new script. You have no idea what you're doing every day.
Yeah,
that's exciting too.
Hey, I love it.
What are you doing today? Because I don't fucking know. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, I love it. So I got to live that like romantic arc over that like week of like Valentine's Day kind of, so it was really fun. But you do have to kiss with those giant headgears. It's not all like a regular.
That'd be something I want to see.
And then I think one time we had to practice it a few times. But
I'm gonna ask Nick.
It was like a real little kiss. It was cute. Yeah.
But like, how many takes was that? How many takes?
You know, we always have we'd have one full day of rehearsal before you shoot, and it was funny because just I'll tell you about the kiss. Just because in the thing there was like, oh, she kisses him really hard and she's really aggressive about it and whatever, and she's like, at first, you know, because we're constantly working through like, what is this kiss? What are they doing? What is she thinking? Right. What's the motivation? And that's how it works. And like going really hard, and he's like, my mouth hurt. You know, you're just like. You know?
Oh, my back hurts.
Like, I bruised his face from just like going in there all Ada strong, and I was like, oh.
You gotta kick his ass with a kiss.
You know, she's just like.
That's fucking amazing, actually. That's fucking amazing, actually.
It's like a real place where it was all that lovely kind of nice kiss, you know? It's cool.
It's like Happy Valentine's Day. Your mouth hurts, you know.
Baby, I bet you Nick was like, time out. He goes, I need my chapstick. My mouth hurts.
Next day sore. He's like,
He's like, can't fucking do it. That's good shit. Hold on, hold on. I'll do this for you and Nick. I'll do that for you and Nick. That was good. All right.
Okay, I got a question. For you personally, what do you prefer? What do you have more fun doing? Like working on movies or doing like video game stuff? Like what's just more fun to work?
You know, it's most fun to mix it up. Like I like to do a little bit of everything because they all have like different elements. But video game and mocap stuff, because I kind of don't want to like pick one, but they are one of my favorite jobs. Like they are the most fun because of that like childish sort of like creative spirit where everything's just like all in your imagination. And also with the mocap, it's all being created sort of as you do it. Like they're rewriting it every day and you're working it through with directors. So I would, if I didn't have this mocap stuff to do, I'd be really sad. Like this is some of my favorite work. But I have to kind of mix it up because then when you go into a film, it's just completely different and it's got its own. It's got its own like really great things and its own depth and whatever. But I love video games. I'm constantly kind of working on one, and I get excited to go to work. You know, it's never like stressful or I'm never worried about it. Kind of like I can't wait to get in there and kind of like get it started. So I want to say it's my favorite, but I don't know if that would like change from day to day. But it's one of my favorite things. Like this is one of the favorite parts of my career for sure. If I didn't have this, I'd be super bummed out. Like I'm thrilled by this leg.
Have you tried to audition for any like animated movie parts at all? Like to do like a cartoon or something?
Yeah, I did. I finally because it's funny, like your agents and your managers and stuff, they don't they think this video game stuff. They're like, "What are you doing? Why are you doing that?" You know, you're like, "Okay, come on."
That's the future, right? Sure,
Oh my
right
goodness!
there.
Especially being a woman in the gaming industry is such a big deal too.
I know, because they're not creatives. You know what I mean? They're not the art. Like they're the people who are like crunching the numbers and doing whatever. Yeah. So they didn't see, like why am I doing Tomb Raider when I could be on CBS? And I was like, well, can't we do both? And then once they started to see have the money because they'd be like, well, how much are you making? Because they're like, why aren't you available for this other thing? And I'd be like, well, I'm making pretty good money. So, and then it was finally they sent me out. I think my agent had got me on the Titanfall because they saw how much money it was. And then when I started doing more and more, then they were I went out for the last Avatar, you know what I mean? So it was like, okay, now you're seeing the vision of how this motion capture stuff is actually like the next wave. And so it's valuable even to you. But other stuff, it's all been like video games, and I've got a couple more video games that I'm working on now. And then when I went out for that one, that was the biggest like mainstream like cinematic project that I'd ever been
Evil was?
For. What's that?
Resident Evil was your biggest sorry, my tongue. The biggest motion picture. I'm trying to say it.
One where like
okay.
was doing a new Avatar, which I think they're still working on. Is going to come out at some point. I'm not sure. You have to sign an NDA just to get into the casting room. You know.
Oh,
it's like
wow.
Wow.
Sign your soul away.
But Resident Evil 2, like this has been my biggest project for sure. As far as like the video game thing, I had no idea how this was going to like explode. The way it did. It's really fun.
Resident Evil is definitely a storied franchise, so it's like anytime something new comes out, it's like a total spotlight on it. You know, it's like it constantly is in the news. It's anything that changes or anything that they add to that content is like automatic. What?
Yeah,
There's laughing fucking chat over here. Mike's a mess.
Oh fuck! I see what he's doing. I see what he's doing. All right.
There's a fucking mess over here.
So I want to ask you about some older stuff. Let's start with the stuff that you like, and then we'll start with
humiliate.
Take a time out.
What?
You're losing another life. Where's your fucking video at?
Look, I got people in my room. I got people in my room.
No.
Yes. So when they leave, yes, when they leave, I'll turn it back on. I just turned it off. Shut the fuck up, Mike. Anyway,
It's actually been off for a while. It's been off for quite a while.
I know.
I turned it on.
Yeah,
I had
exactly.
it on. Okay.
Strippers in his room is all you mean to say there, Jolene.
Whatever. Hold on. Get out. Hold on. Get out.
Whatever.
All right.
Mike,
All right. They're out. They're out. Okay. I kicked them the fuck out. All right. So.
Whoa. What happened to the people?
I kicked them the fuck out. All right. So.
It was probably just his dog.
I'm calling bluff.
It's probably just his dog.
I heard his mouse. I go click. Like, okay, there.
Whatever. Okay. So you were on a show on I think it was NBC or ABC Family.
ABC.
It was called 9 Lives of Chloe King. What was, I tried to wrap my head around what the hell that was. What was that? And what was your role in that?
That was really cool. I mean, I guess that was a series of books, right? So it was on ABC Family.
It's just one book I saw.
Was it? I'm not sure. Or it was a book. So it was based on that. So it's like this. It had a very Twilight-esque love triangle. This girl had these secret powers, and she was trying to like deal with growing up and having secret powers. And then there's the good guy and the bad
die or something. I don't remember.
That is a thick book.
It's huge. It's very thick. I haven't finished it.
That's a thick book.
It says on the top. Oh, check that out. It says
holy
down
shit.
ABC Time Original. That's kind of dope.
Oh, cool.
And there's very depth. It's a link.
I'll say probably the biggest reason.
The book's probably better than the show.
Is LaLa and Terry. Terry and LaLa like reads lots and lots of books. If anybody knows books, and these two.
That's kind of cool. I held that in there.
I don't know lots of books. Mine are all within a very set, like, niche.
That's just what kind of books I like to read, though. Like,
I don't know lots and lots.
How much
If you were to ask me what are the top books right now, according to the Wall Street Journal's, reviews, I would have no clue.
I like the chick flicks books, like how Jolene was saying, Twilight.
Terry likes zombie romance novels.
No,
Yeah.
I don't like anything. No.
Zombie romance, werewolf.
No.
Shit. I'm into it.
All of mine are LGBT, like fantasy books. All right, that's all mine.
I don't know that.
So how was that? Like, was that something that you enjoyed doing? I know you were on quite a few episodes of that show. So
Yeah, so I got really lucky because, I get to play a lot of these roles. Are you raising your hand?
No, my fucking camera's. I'm trying to make you focus.
No, you're good. You're good. You're focused on our end.
Give me the. She was awesome because she's like, she was like this assassin, and again, you don't know what's going on with the show. All I saw when they gave, when my agent sent me out, he's like, oh, she's a guest star. She might be reoccurring. She's this cool, no one knows where she came from or what she's doing there. We don't know if she's a bad guy, but she's probably a bad guy. So that was really fun. Plus, it was like a reoccurring role on the show. So they kept writing her into the rest of the story because I'm not sure how much of it is in the book, but I guess they liked it. So that was awesome. No, because I love playing those kind of parts. I never get sort of like the boring roles. So that I was really grateful for that. And that was the first time I'd been picked up to be on a show. I thought I'd made it. I was like, I'm in. I've done it. I'm successful now. And then they canceled the fucking show after the first season, and the fans went crazy. They tried.
I saw the fervor behind it. I saw it. When I was researching some of your stuff, I was like, holy shit, folks are really pissed about this.
I thought they were going to bring us back, but they were like, no, they just ignored it. And I couldn't figure out why, because, every week when you go in for the table read and you shoot the episode, and they give you the numbers from the last week. They tell you, how the show's doing. And we were number 1 in tween girls.
Yeah.
Which I thought was the only demographic that mattered. I was like, well, that's so powerful. If you're number 1 with tween girls, you got it in the bag, But I guess, their big thing at ABC Family was to appeal to the entire family. I think that they.
Oh, like that shit.
I felt that was a mistake though, because like I said, I watched a few episodes and I thought it was kind of it was weird, but it was still like interesting. Like they still kind of fleshed out the story of the main character. I guess her fucking like she has claws that can like kill you and shit too. So
I was a preteen girl when that show was on.
I was like this shit. Like, when I was younger,
face.
like when I was younger, I probably would have been on rotation. I'm like, I don't know, like it seemed like it was
by tween girls like in the street at the grocery store. I'd be like, oh, it's happening! Oh my god, how can it? And it's so funny because you're like, it's not real. But and I was like, I don't know what to tell you. I can't make her love him or that other guy come back, and like I don't know if he dies. Like I'm so sorry. They would just be like freaking out, like emotional, like at IKEA, at like Vaughn. It was adorable. But I was like, wow, they're so emotionally invested, and you just wonder why they take shit like that. I don't understand the minds of like the execs. But it was an awesome role, and I loved it, and I was hoping that I was gonna, kind of like get on that show for a bit. But it was a nice taste of it. It was sort of, I play a lot of stuff like that. It's always like the agent gone rogue or some mysterious whatever. I think it's because I look kind of weird. I look kind of European. I'm really bony. I got weird teeth. I don't know. So I don't know. I booked a lot of that stuff. So that was really fun. That was one of my first, like, really big, really great, fun jobs. And getting used to the whole idea of you never know what's going to happen next, and you only get the script right before you shoot your episode, and you don't know what her arc is. You don't know anything about her, so you get to like. A lot of people don't like that, but I love that imaginary space where you're like, well, I'm just going to make decisions for my character. Like, I'm just going to, I have no responsibility. Like, I don't know what's going to happen next. I don't know where they're going with her. So I just get to create that and make it mine, And I really love that. And TV's a bit like that. You just get your script every day and you have no idea what's happening next because the writers don't either, Do
you get fans just run up to you and they ask you about that role? When you were shooting the episodes?
When that show was on, now, like, I'm invisible. Nobody cares. You know what I mean?
Understandable.
The show was on, and it was in full, like, it was so popular that, like, that was happening all the time. Then once it went on, whatever.
I got a question about, because you did more TV as well. I think you did a show called In Plain Sight. You were like this kind of like, I don't know if you were like a criminal rogue agent or a rogue... But like, how was that? Because I know you got a chance to like in a shootout, like you were like in a straight up gun battle. Now how was that?
Awesome, because that little like western town, it was like in Arizona. So no, it's like the helicopters landing. This is what's so fun about being an actor. Like I just spent a week in Arizona, having a shootout in this crazy thing. And we have helicopters, and we got blah blah blah. And we're driving around like, no, it was awesome. It was really great, and because the character's so fun, right? She starts out like all nice and normal, and then it turns out she's like a total cross. She's an evil bitch who like basically gets her partner / boyfriend murdered by the big drug kingpin. You know what I mean?
And you like punched the shit out of that lady though. That one of the cops. You punched the shit out of her. I don't know how many takes did that happen. Like, were you like, hold on, let me try that again? And then, like,
until it looks right. So like the camera, it's not. You rehearse it a few times, and like with like stunt punches and stuff, you have to get everything. Just right, and it's all about like angles or whatever. But no, it's not that. It's not that stuff's not. I mean, I don't say it's not difficult to get, but probably the gunfights are a little bit. They're more involved. But and the people who work on those shows, they're used to shooting that kind of stuff all the time. So you have a stunt coordinator, and if I didn't get it right, they would just have someone else come in and do it. But I can do that. I can fake punch someone. It's not.
That was pretty. It was pretty good. I was like, holy shit. Okay, Jolene is like fucking action. Like
she's kicking ass. Kicking ass and taking names.
In a world where one woman whoops ass, Jolene. Starring in Fuck You Too.
I can talk about it, but I just finished filming this movie, Attack of the Unknown, with like Robert Lasardo, Richard Grieco, like a couple of other.
Shit! Okay,
I'll check it out.
Like, SWAT team member. I'm the only like chick on the SWAT team, and that's pretty fucking badass. When that comes out, that's gonna be pretty great. That's gonna be me like fucking people up and taking names.
Oh hell yeah! And like I said, it's so believable because you do have super skill set, and since we're talking about skill set and we're talking about fighting, I have an interesting video. Look, her shit.
Get like my blanket. Like, go ahead.
Hashtag TMZ.
Absolutely. Here's an amazing video. that I found on Miss Jolene here. Let me pull it up.
Danny showed me beforehand, so I know what the video is.
So if you wanna see it big, Jolene, you can double click my square there, and it'll make it big enough for you, and I'll make it big enough for folks watching as well, so they can check it.
And my co-star there is the beautiful Charlotte Price. She's an actress too.
Yeah, and so I thought this was amazing because I get ready to play, but I wanted to say something.
He's
first.
trying to make it big, LaLa. Calm down.
Right. So listen. So I feel like. I feel like, Jolene, I know this is kind of like a hidden thing within your shit, but I swear to God, I thought the fighting was great. I thought the lighting and everything. Now, I do agree with you on the individual intros. Like your Street Fighter intros were kind of
super retarded.
Was it like were they trying to go with Star Wars effect?
It was like
I don't know. You don't know how hard. You like, really? You want me to read this dialogue? You're like, do I have to say this? Okay. You're like, how can I? And that's your job, though, is like to pull it out of your ass and be like, how do I make this sound not so embarrassing? You know. But
Right. So here we go. All right. So this is Jolene. You are the Zika, the Emperor Princess or Emperor.
Galactic. I think I'm the Galactic Empress.
Yeah. Zika, the Galactic Empress.
Zika. All right.
Yeah, Zika. So all right. So here she's with the staff, sword staff, and here we go.
Double sword
thingy.
Yeah, the smoke. See, here's Charlotte. She's so beautiful, and she's like half my size too. She's so pretty.
But this shit was amazing to me because I see where you get like your skills at, like as far as like combat, being able to do combat on film.
Yeah, they just wanted a bunch of like sexy athletic girls like fighting, which like I'm down. Like fuck yeah,
Makes sense.
Yeah.
I thought this was fucking amazing to me though because it reminded me of like Xena and Hercules, like that type of style.
Danny, I gotta ask you.
Yes.
How much lotion did you have on hand when you watched this?
Shut the fuck up, Big Mike. I know.
He said fuck you.
What the fuck are you talking about, dude? Me and King were actually hyped. We were like,
I don't even remember this. It's funny.
So there's Jolene right there.
This is cool shit. This is cool shit, though.
You look so dope.
And working out.
You said show some shit where you had. He said show some shit where you had amazing abs. Well, here you go, all right?
Jolene Dora's 24-inch biceps over here.
Swirly.
Badass shit, honestly.
Doing the moves on all that.
Now how long did it take you to get this shit down?
The Star Wars feel.
I think
that's the exact same thing.
for like 2 weeks or something like that. Like there was a lot of training.
Okay.
And they paid really well for it, oddly enough.
So, what about the metal hitting on metal? Was that added in, or was that actually?
They're like stunt sword things, but no, they're heavy. They're made of metal. They're like actual. I told you it was done at Sword Play in Burbank. So they were like a really big school for like sword fighting. And that's where everyone would go to train for like if you had any sword fighting, needs in your film.
Yeah.
Terry,
these guys. So they were fucking legit. Yeah.
I need you to do this one day on stream there, Terry.
I think you guys should reenact this.
Yeah.
Oh God, no.
That's like we're gonna get in the gun.
You and LaLa there, Terry.
Oh my God, I would actually pay to see that. I would pay to see that.
I was gonna say we should have Danny and Mike reenact this.
Oh God.
I do it. Me and Danny will do it. Fuck yeah, we'll do it.
Look way better with Danny and
my
Mike.
God.
Right? It'd be amazing.
I swear to God, we should do it, man. We'll do it at Comic-Con, dude. When we go to Comic-Con,
lit right now. The chat is lit.
I'm just trying to.
I think someone should just put some new music on this little disco.
I like it.
I know, so I'm saying.
Oh shit,
I do
Anthony.
disco music.
Shout out to Anthony. Anthony said this is better than a fucking Sonic trailer.
Oh my god.
I should actually fucking add some of this to my reel. I just had an audition yesterday for Marvel Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
That's
where
what
I
I'm
played
saying. This shit is dope, Jolene.
Yeah.
Jolene, I'm telling you, I like this shit. I thought it was dope.
Maybe
Like,
I can add some of it to my reel. Maybe just the good parts. So I have to break.
No lie.
see, look at that shit. It's like fucking fighting in this bitch. Like, look at that shit.
You could probably get a job for Black Widow. This is dope.
That's what I said.
Yeah.
I was like, oh shit. I was like, the fighting was like. Only thing, dog.
Is we shot like multiple endings, and then whoever people voted to win that part. So we just shoot her dying, and then we shot me dying. So it just depended on like the voters who wins this fight.
They only have you dying
kind
on
of,
the website.
Like, have that saltiness that you didn't win the vote.
No, I moved on with my life. It's all good.
Makes sense. Makes
Like,
sense.
alright, I'll just take the L.
I'll just take the pay.
Well, I mean, I
She puts
guess
the
you
paycheck
know,
in
like,
bounds.
you know, from like the time that you shoot it to like the thing going out into the world, and like, you know, since I am a professional actor, like competition and like rejection, like, you know what I mean? It's just.
Mm-hmm.
So no, and I love Charlotte. Great, she won. And I don't know who won the whole thing. I think it kept getting dun, 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 dun. But like I said, people pay to like belong to it, and they buy these coins, and then the coin. I don't know. It's just some sort of thing. But thanks for pulling that out of the fucking.
Look, I swear to God, I thought it was great.
That's not so bad. That was not so bad.
It was good.
See, that was
good.
what I'm saying. It not, you know, I didn't pull like your high school shit, you know what I'm saying? But like, you know, I thought, hey, she might enjoy this. It's like some throwback back in the past, like early shit, you know?
Did you
Like that's
think I would enjoy that? That's actually what you thought. Oh, she'd love this. This would be great.
Reminisce some things, welcome back some old memories. You fucked up, Danny.
that
You
was,
know what's interesting is a lot of the girls in that, so they had like 12 sets or like 10 sets of fighters, you know, until it would sort of come down to whatever. And all of those girls I've worked, because that was maybe 8 years ago, 7 years, 8 years. Yeah, all of those girls I work with, like in TV and film, we all work on the same like beauty camp. Like we're all models, we're all actors, we're all like all those girls were all the girls just like me who were just looking for work that auditioned for this thing. And a lot of us have all like gone on to just like continue. It's funny because I look back and I was like, holy shit, she did this too, and I see them like at castings, and we're like, remember, I can't wait to bring it up again now. When I see everybody, I'll be like,
absolutely. Absolutely. I honestly thought the fighting was pretty fucking good. Like,
oh, we worked really hard. They drilled us on that. We worked for weeks, every day. Like, you know.
Because you look just like jacked and like toned, doing all the fighting and such.
I look like that, pretty much.
I was gonna say.
No one went in there like, oh, I just sit on the couch and eat potato chips and I never work out. Everyone was like, we do this. You know, we had to at least look like we were athletic, if nothing else. And I got that going for me. I'm not always that fit. I just look it. That's great.
Well, like I said, I thought it was
blessing.
I thought it was amazing. Like just even like what that was for like people had to like subscribe, and they basically it was like a choose your own adventure type thing. So it's like they choose the battles, they choose who wins, and they basically have to pay in to do it. So and I was like, wow, I wonder how much that fucking do.
I feel like it's just like a high school porn. You know, like you're just paying for this like B-rated porn is basically what it was. You know what I mean? It's just kind of like.
Mm-hmm. Because it was like fantasy women. Like it was like that was the kind of the premise.
Don't lie. That's where you pulled it up in your Pornhub.
Oh yeah, he was already there because he was like fantasy. That's right, it was fantasy.
Look, see, Danny's like, okay, you got me.
No, it wasn't. No, but I was reading. Listen, I read some news stories about it, and that's basically what they were going for. They were going for like that. We want to appeal to like the young male fantasy, and that was kind of like what they were going for. They just like they wanted to have like beautiful women. That was in the name, fantasy women battles, like literally, like literally, like
that's what it was called.
Fantasy women battles. Yes.
You have to find that on Pornhub. There's no other place to find that. I was trying to figure it out. I was like, FTW. What is that even? What?
Even LaLa knows so, Danny. Even LaLa knows.
That is not.
Like,
yeah.
You know? But as you can tell by the character intros, they're not writers. You know what I mean? They're not like.
It looks like fun. It looks like fun with writers.
Look, I enjoyed it. I thought it was the fighting.
Yeah.
Other than this, were there any other roles that you took up that right after you filmed that you're like, why did I take this role?
That's funny. Yeah. It's not usually the role that I'm like, why did I take? It's usually when I'm embarrassed and I'm a part of like just like a really cheesy project or something. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, this is kind of a piece of shit, I think. And like, why am I doing this? This is embarrassing. But not really, because I feel like my job is to not be a piece of shit in the film. And even though like sometimes if it's not made well, like maybe they're using takes that aren't good or putting it together in a way that I don't feel is good for me. You know, it's just like, well, why did they make those choices? This doesn't make me look very good. But not really. I mean, I just like I'm working on this like Lifetime film called I don't know if I signed an NDA, but it's just one of those like cheesy things like Nightmare this or like The Person Next Door.
Lifetime movie.
Right.
I was kind of like, oh my god, this is so like dumb that I'm doing this, but not really. Like it's really fun. There's really nothing like that project was really fun. I never expected to like go out. The embarrassing stuff you just hope isn't going to go out into the world because I made good money on that project and I had a lot of fun and it was really kind of cool. Like I had a really great time and I learned how to do all that sword stuff and whatever, and I got like free training.
Sword battling and shit. Like the sword, like the fighting was great.
Double fucking thing sword. I didn't have like some stupid swingy thing. You know what I mean? So it was cool. But I'm a little, I've done a lot of projects. Everything you do, like you kind of have no idea how it's going to turn out. Like you don't know if it's going to be really fucking embarrassing or if it's going to be cool. And I just, I've been doing it long enough. I don't really care about that either. It's fun, and I get paid. And we have a great time, and then fuck it, I don't really care what people think.
Do you still keep in chat with like the people you fought against? Like, no,
we're all connected. We're all actors, and we're all models. Like we all still work in the same. Yeah, I see some of those girls, like I said, on a fairly regular basis.
Oh,
yeah, we all keep in touch. It's a really nice community. We all, when you've been here, I know Hollywood. It all sounds like it's so big, but it's actually very small. And we're all super like in touch and supportive, and we like when I've had to do things like I'll call one of those girls to like replace me in a job if I can't work it. I was like, well, I know someone who's kind of like edgy, who's also looks like this way and blah 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 blah. Like she's available, kind of thing. So no, we all super duper stay in touch. Like we need to.
We had Chris Jai on. He talks about how small the community is too, like how you have to know somebody to know somebody. And like that's how you kind of get in. So like, is that what you're kind of dealing with too? Like you got to know this person.
No, I'm a terrible networker. Like I don't, because I just can't. You know what? I can't be nice to people I don't like. I can't like bullshit fucking. I just can't. Like I don't know. I'm not very good at that. That's what your people are for. That's what your agent managers are for. Like they're those cheesy weird people that can go to those stupid parties and talk to douchebags. Like I can't do that. And I also don't want to like strike up a friendship with someone because they can do something for me. Like it's just not a life I want to live. Like I live this really great Hollywood like life, and it's completely bullshit free. Like there's no fakeness in my life. There's no one in my life that I don't want to be around. So not really. But if you're just constantly out there working, like of course I recommend people that I know for things just because I happen to fucking know them. But basically you just put yourself out there and you audition. And it's the same with people being like, oh, you need to really focus on your Instagram and blah, 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 blah. Like it's there, but I still go, I have to just audition and do a good job. Like that's what matters. And then those people will, the people that hired me on Tomb Raider hired me for this other big thing that I'm working on that I can't talk about, and also hired me for another big thing that I can't talk about. And it was just because they worked with me before. So, and they trust me. And like that's all. Yeah.
I mean, I saw that look there, Terry. You're like, Tomb Raider. What? She did a whole
Jolene, hold up. Jolene, I think we're echoing again. Yeah.
One moment, please.
Yeah.
Sorry, we'll be right back.
Over here.
Man, I love some Tomb Raider. Like,
Terry fucking hot and bothered and shit.
I love Tomb Raider. Like, play all of them.
Terry hot and bothered like a motherfucker right now. She's like, oh shit.
I'm pretty
Although-
sure
although,
Terry,
Terry, you didn't
whole
finish
game
one
when
of
I
the
was
Tomb
at
Raiders.
the airport, like during that time. Like I was at the airport and I watched Terry beat the whole entire Tomb Raider, like old school game. Because I love Tomb Raider, and Terry was
Tomb Raider's
streaming
great.
it. I was like, this is fantastic. I'm stuck at an airport right now. This is amazing.
Was, I just saw her
Jolene.
second look like when Jolene said like I'm doing something with your Tomb Raider, and she tell Terry,
Oh.
do what?
Tomb Raider.
Oh fuck.
That'll perk me up.
Jolene, since we're talking about future projects, I know you got to get out of here, but I want to ask you what can you talk about as far as future projects? Like, what do we have in the future for Miss Jolene?
I've got some films coming out that are gonna be cool. That Attack of the Unknown is gonna come out probably in the next year or so, and you can kind of like check out what's on IMDb. Well, actually, no, some of it isn't on there, but this really great period piece that was like a movie in Montana that should be coming out this year. I'm this Lifetime movie thing that I'm working on. That should be some like cheesy. It's great. It's about like a murderous doctor that like kills people and falls in love with his patients. I think it's really funny.
Shit.
I would love for everyone to check out. It's already come out for the Alien 40th anniversary, but 20th Century Fox put together 6 shorts, and it's kind of in the box set too. If you order the Alien revamp. It's on there, and it's called Alien Specimen, and it's on my IMDb too. They're just short, so it's like 10 minutes, whatever, and all these really amazing directors made these 6 Alien anthology films to go along with the 40th anniversary that came out like last week. I would love for people to check that out. I know it kind of went viral, but it's a really great little 10-minute piece.
I'll check it out.
I'll link it in the video below too. I'll make it.
I think it's pretty good.
Alien's awesome. It's one of my favorite.
Absolutely.
Yeah, mine's all like I'm stuck in a greenhouse with like a face hugger. Like it's pretty cool. And I just like to give support to the filmmakers. Like Kelsey, the director, she did an amazing job, and I think she's sort of like an up and coming. So I like to get people to kind of like check that stuff out. And then the video stuff, game stuff I'm working on, I'm not allowed to say anything ever. I signed they won't even let you audition without signing like a stack of fucking NDAs and shit. So so that's unfortunate, but they're so fun. It's big. It's a big one. I'm excited. And we've been working on it for a year or two, so it should we're going back into the voice booth. I think I'm going to work on that in the next couple of months again. So hopefully it'll come out. But there'll always be something. I have an episode of The Affair coming out in June.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
This really like racist white lady. It would just tie in great with. I'm doing a lot of like conventions and stuff. I'll be in Texas next month and in Dublin in July, and so it'll all tie in really nicely with all the fans and stuff. So just a random bunch of stuff. I mean, it's just doing a lot of really fun things. So just I try to throw stuff out on my my media as much as possible, but I only like to throw it out if like it's coming out or if someone's posted something really cool. Like I don't mess with the minutia too much. So you'll see there if something's coming out that you want to see, or IMDb is always a great place to see what's what I've been on and stuff. Yeah.
I actually have a quick question for you also. Since now Resident Evil 2, like you go with Nick to conventions and such, do you get a lot of girls that cosplay as Ada and they just like fangirl out to you? It's like, you're amazing, you rocked it.
What's really funny is like sitting next to Nick, because in life he's really super handsome too, and the fangirls walk over to Nick's table and I can't look him in the eye.
It's like, why Nick? Why?
He's so approachable and like so kind and so nice and so not like creepy at all, and it's just so funny. They all like kind of like walk up to his table and they're just like pushing their thing like over here, and I was like, you're too handsome, they don't want to look at you. Like, that's so cute. I see that more than anything else. People don't treat me that way.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be honest with you. You are like super beautiful, so I don't know what the problem is. Yeah.
Maybe it's not as intimidating. Maybe a woman's not as like I don't know. But I didn't. There weren't guys that like couldn't look at me. You know what I mean? They would bring me a lot of stuff though. It was really fun. Like everybody's got all these like archival like pieces and stuff that they want you to sign, and it's so fucking awesome. And they want to take your picture with you, and they're so lovely and flattering, and they just want to talk about the projects. And I'm loving those conventions. We just did anime in Pasadena
Yes.
There was one girl, they didn't know that we were going to be there. I think it was a very like last minute thing. And then we did have a girl that was dressed as Ada, and it was adorable. She was afraid to come over and talk to me. Like I saw her from across the room, and we were like, oh, look, and she looked perfect. She looked just like her. She had like the big boobs. They weren't fake. These big boobs, and she was like, Ada's got these long skinny legs and like the perfect tiny little tush, and she's all thin, but she's got these massive tits, and then she's all like, this girl looks just like that, and she was young and beautiful. And I was just like, oh my God. And she had the red dress. She had everything down to a T. She looked so fucking great. That was the first time I'd seen it. And she was like across the room, like afraid to come over and talk to me. It was really fun. Yeah, I think I should have just given her like everything for free. I should just like signed her stuff and taken pictures and not
just walk over there and just give her a hug, like
yeah,
free.
It's okay. You don't have to be afraid.
I want to meet you because you're awesome. Like, you go up to her. You look dope. I want to meet you.
Totally. Yeah, Nick texted me. Nick texted me and told me you guys are going to get together, like you, him, and Claire are going to get together and do cosplays together, a bunch of conventions. So definitely, I wanted to meet.
What?
What the fuck is cosplay? No, you know,
we already are like cosplay folks. Like, I kind of feel weird. I'm kind of like, I don't know that I should dress as Ada. Like, I don't. That seems like.
I feel like I know you could go. I know you could go as. I know you could be. I know you could be. You could be. Ivy.
No, he's working on his Leon costume. I'm like, okay.
I can see you being. I can see you playing Ivy.
Awesome.
That's who I can see you playing. No, fuck Ada. I can see you being Ivy from.
This is fuck Ada.
Who's Ivy?
Ivy, she's like short haired, you know, like she has like short haired, like this kind of like, you know, badass, you know, look to her, like beauty and badassness, kinda, you know, like I can see you fitting that. Maybe I can pull it up for you real quick. Let me pull her
Why
up.
don't you just go ahead and start that campaign and get me that job?
Yeah, Danny. You can be our official sponsor, Danny. You can be our official sponsor.
Let me pull her up. Soul Calibur is the game. I'm gonna pull it up for you.
Oh shit! No.
Yeah, yes.
I know where you're going with this.
I can see her playing Ivy. Yes. Hold on, let me pull one that's not NSFW.
You're not picking some chick that's super ridiculous and like
super
big.
thick.
No.
Oh, come on now.
Yes.
No, I got the picture
Oh God,
right
Danny,
here.
and I'm
Hold on.
scared to see this.
I'm waiting for the most anime-looking chick ever with the biggest tits and the biggest ass.
I'm pulling it up right here for her right now. So, hold on.
And actually, I'm hoping you do get the Marvel gig,
right
Jolene, because of what in-game coming out and making big money. The shows will
there it is right there.
Prosper.
There's
also.
Ivy right there.
I will know. Like I went in last night for that producers meeting, and it starts shooting like Wednesday. So any
scroll down a little.
I want to play this character so
bad. Hold on. What?
All right.
Huh?
This character Olga in this Marvel show that we were talking about. I just put that juju out there. I think I should play her. She's so great. Let me see Ivy here. It's really small.
Pull it back up, and I wanna have you scroll down a little.
No.
I just want to see the cutout image, not the one that he's showing. The cutout image right below.
No.
It's like no.
Oh,
But she's naked.
I see sleeves on her. Now she has sleeves.
Listen.
Second there, Daddy. You got your second boss.
Listen.
She's
second
the other
boss.
main host. Yeah, Terry, you're a boss of the show.
If it's inappropriate, yeah, don't show it. But I mean, I can tell she had sleeves on, so I assume she had a top.
She has armor. She has armor on. She has armor, giant sword.
Game on.
Fuck it. No. All right. Anyway, though, for real, thank you so much for coming.
Oh, this is really fun.
Today.
You guys are a good time. We should do this over cocktails one day. This is great.
Absolutely. You said you're in Cali.
We're gonna be meeting up with Nick in Atlanta.
Yep, we're meeting up with Nick in Atlanta, and then we are going to TwitchCon in California, in San Diego. Are you close to San Diego? Because maybe we can. Yeah.
Your mic went out, Mike.
Your mic went out.
Am I Yeah, TwitchCon.
Yeah.
Yep, TwitchCon is
There
for
you
the
go.
streamers.
That's
Yep.
always in October, isn't it?
No,
Oh,
it's in September.
September. It's always in the fall,
Yeah.
Yep.
and it's always
So-
in Cali.
I have like a convention agent, you know what I mean? And I think he was trying to pitch me for something in the fall, but they have to like want me to come, you know what I mean? Like that's
Yeah.
the whole thing is
They
so.
don't really have like the last year I went, there was no like, oh, meet and greet, you know, the actors of the games. It's more about meet and greeting the people on Twitch.
The Twitch. Yeah, on
Oh,
Twitch.
cool.
Yeah.
You guys are celebrities, though. Like everybody that's on, like
Yes.
you
I
are.
wouldn't say that.
I think so.
Yeah. LaLa
Big
and
word.
Cool Cat for sure though. Like they for sure. Like I know people walk up and be like, "Oh fuck, Rage Queen," or "Oh shit."
Another thing
LaLa.
though is, once you get these games that are produced that you're allowed to talk about, we would love to have you back on if you want to come back.
I would
Yeah,
love to.
see?
Anytime, you guys. Reach out anytime. I'm available.
See,
All right, thank
look,
you
not
so
so
much.
bad. See, not so bad. Not. But for real, thank you so much for taking your time out Saturday with us, the wonderful and beautiful Jolene Andersen, everybody. So yeah, we will have her back on. Probably, maybe we could try to have her and Nick on at the same time.
That'd be
and-
crazy.
He wants to invite us all over to play the game after he's played it with his like nephews and all that, whatever. Because since I've never played a game or this one, he's like, "Come over, we'll do." So it'll probably be like,
Yes!
Nick and we should just
Yes.
coordinate
That'd be
it so we can just
insane.
do it all together. And I'm
That
sure
would be fucking dope.
because I don't fucking know. I don't even know what a game console does. Like I don't know. So
Let me get this one before you go, though, Jolene.
The craziest part to me is you never played your game.
no,
Your voice.
no.
You know what makes me laugh though? Actually, I hated the things you said in Resident Evil. I was so mad. I was like, Ada, shut up! It was so funny. Like, when I put my brother, I'm like, Ada acting like she ain't being chased by fucking zombies. Ada, get your ass up! Like, I'm
LaLa.
It's so funny.
But you know what I do see is like since the fans that make it like someone made like a 30-minute clip of all of Ada's scenes. So like I get to see that, I get to see the story arc because I was always kind of like, well, we shoot all this stuff and then I never get to see it, especially in Tomb Raider too. I'm like, it was a really beautiful story. It's all very emotional. Like I lose people. There's tears. There's like me and Laura have a very like emotional. There's a that's a very emotional game.
Oh
You
my
know,
God,
Laura's
pause.
a very, like, tough
Pause,
character.
you said her name right. I murdered her name, but you said it name right.
Oh yes, I get so upset
Hey,
when
Hey
it
Terry,
comes in.
it's Laura.
No, don't do that.
Don't tell me because then I'm gonna fuck it up. It's just always been Laura. So
No, you're right. You're good.
don't tell me what the wrong way is, or it'll get stuck in my little brain.
Stay with Laura. You're fine. You're fine.
Laura. So anyways, you
Yep.
see all of
No.
Ada's stuff all at once because it's like a little short film. I feel like I want to do that for my other stuff. So I mean, it'll be interesting to see how it plays out in the game. But I just imagine there's a story and then people kill things, and then there's a story and then people kill things. Like that's what I imagine.
Pretty much
Yes.
every game ever.
Yeah.
Yes,
Well, I
true.
wanna-
For the most
Another thing
part.
I would like to add is, I've played all the Resident Evils, back from like, the old school games to the remake one. And then when with the remake one, you've gave Ada so much character and so much more depth.
Oh, thanks.
Yes, absolutely. So, like I said, once again,
I think you did a fantastic job as Ada.
Well, and I
go
think
get
that-
Resident Evil 2.
So, like, you don't have to give me all that credit. I mean, I guess, because they hired me for the way that I, like, approached the role. But, like, I think it's also that they brought everything up to, it had to do with the writers and the creators and the directors and everything, like, Tom directed us into those spaces, so, like, you're nothing without a great director. And you're nothing without great writing. And you're nothing, so what they did to make that character more whole and to make the game what it is now, like, whatever the remake, it had everything to do with them. And then, you throw the actors in or you hire the people that you think are giving you what you have created, really. I mean, it's a bit of a synergy that we all kind of like come together, but I didn't do that on my own. I didn't create Ada. So there's a lot of credit due to the entire team. We can't do it.
Absolutely, but your execution was outstanding, and I think that was the main thing, was that people were kind of worried about. It's just whenever you do that stuff, like I said, there's always a worry, but absolutely killed it. Thank you so much, for sure, because that was an amazing. Everybody, go get Resident Evil 2. It is out now. Also, if you want to get Titanfall 2, it's still there, but I don't know. Also, Fantasy Women Battles. If you want to. No, for real. Thank you so much. We'll have her.
Some fan out there wants to make a little clip of the Fantasy Women battles that I can have, then they can do that if they want.
I'll get you that. I'll make sure. You know what I'm gonna do for you? I'm gonna change the
Make me
music.
real.
What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna change the music.
Cinematic
Yeah.
music behind it. Is that other music?
What I'll do for you, Jolene, is I'll change the music on it, and I'll get you a different like I'll edit it. I'll change the music and kind of like have your best moves and
Turn the
do like
swords
maybe some
into
hip hop
lightsabers.
music. Yeah, maybe I'll do some hip hop music behind it, so it's a little more dramatic.
Get it nice and like
And just have your main hits in it instead of the full thing. But
I
I'll
feel
get
like
it to
you've
you.
got it in you. I think you'd be really good at that.
Oh God. Me and Big Mike doing that shit would be a travesty.
I can't
but
wait.
I'll do it. I'm down for it. Come on, Daddy. You and I. Let's call it on.
It'll be too much meat. Yeah, it'll be too much meat.
Too much meat.
It'll sound like every time we move, it'll sound like a fucking applause. Like, nah, it's not
People
going
want
to
it. Yeah.
We can be
They'll
like-
be we want your Charlotte in it because they'll get confused. They'll be like, we want the hot little blonde with the long hair. I'd be like, oh no. It's not-
No,
That's-
you
that's not-
get the
I know
round.
what this is about.
You get Mario. You get round Mario, and you get a chocolate brownie. That's what you get in this motherfucker. But wonderful. Thank you so much, Jolene. We super appreciate it. We'll have you back on. Hopefully, we can have you and Nick on at the same time, so we can make it a real fucking party. And for sure. But give it up, everybody. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. We appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
All right.
Have a great weekend, you guys.
Yep, you too. And we'll have all her links
and
below.
good luck.
Her
Good luck
Facebook
on the
page
Marvel.
and her IMDb as well. So we'll have all of her links below. So whenever you want to keep up to date on what she's doing, you'll have those links below. So thank you once again. We appreciate it.
Cool. All right.
Hope to have you on again.
I will
Yes.
definitely do this again. It'll be awesome. I love it.
Sure. All right. Yep.
Thank you. Have a
All
great
right. So
Saturday.
now, what we're now let's do our roundtable topics. Now this is a little.
I have to
We got some trigger. We got a little bit of triggerish, but man, Jolene came fucking through. Shouts out to
She was
Jolene.
awesome.
Jolene
was awesome.
She's super funny too. Like I can't wait to
She
hear
is.
more shit. Because she kind of fits that role of like this assassin, beauty assassin that's like deadly and beautiful and shit. So I feel like she's just gonna blow up. So that's super dope. So shouts out to Jolene once again.
That's and you know that's a future episode of the podcast that Nick and Jolene together.
That's gonna be some shit. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, I support it. It's 100% supported. All right, so I'm trying to get back to the topics here. So, all right, so okay, so let's talk. All right,
Sonic movie?
let's talk Sonic. So, all right, Sonic. Sonic trailer came out, and needless to say, Sonic is hideous. Like me and Terry, we actually had a long ass conversation about it too.
It wasn't that long. It was not that long.
15. And listen,
It's like we had this long ass conversation. It
listen,
wasn't
we
not
did.
that long.
It was about 15, 20 minutes worth of Sonic. That's a long ass conversation about Sonic. I'm sorry.
Conversation was long. Maybe in taking the length of it was how long it took us to respond back and forth. Maybe.
Well, that's true. Maybe that's what it was. 'Cause we were, that's true. When you put all the text together, it was like 5 minutes and shit. But so we talked about it, and you know what? I feel like I don't know how I feel about this. So Sonic producers, the producers and directors from Sonic, they came out and they actually said they're going to change Sonic. They
Doesn't Sega have to approve their design also?
Well, somebody approved it.
Use it and show it.
Yeah. Get the article. Let me pull it up for everybody
Anytime
here.
something like that is done, the people have to approve it. So Sega had to approve that Sonic, just
Let me
like
pull it up for everybody here.
People have been saying the Pokemon movie is going to make more money than the Sonic movie.
Actually, well, it's Pokemon, so even if it was the shittiest movie ever, it would make a lot of money. It's Pokemon.
Well, Sonic is as big also, but
Not
I
as
think
big
Pokemon
as
is bigger.
Pokemon.
Yeah.
Pokemon
Okay,
is
Jeff
way-
Fowler. Jeff Fowler is his name. Shouts out to Dual Shockers. Jeff Fowler. It says, thank you for support and criticism. The message is loud and clear. You aren't happy with the design and you want changes. It's going to happen. Everyone at Paramount and Sega are fully committed to making this character the best he can be. Sonic movie, gotta fix it fast.
Welcome, GG
Wow.
Vision.
You know what I'm saying? Let's see what the motherfuckers.
Thank you for tuning in.
Look at these fucking. See, that looks great. Actually, this one right here. I think what it is for Sonic, it's not bad. It's better. Definitely, it's not like true like Sonic video game look, but definitely
the one
works.
below
it works.
is what
Hella
it should
dope.
be,
This is dope
maybe?
right here. Yep, that's hella dope right there, actually. With Sonic right here, this one right here, that looks dope to me. That actually looks dope to me. Like,
I'm
even though
feeling
he
my
has like the
coffee. That shit is dope. That's what he should have looked
See,
like.
that
one-
shit look
that
dope
one-
as fuck.
That
Yeah.
one has the mono eye. That's the way Sonic was designed
Yeah.
with one eye.
Well,
Yeah.
even
Yeah.
if
Like,
it's-
dope.
Sonic isn't fluffy though. He's pokey because a hedgehog isn't fluffy. Like they keep making him
Whoa.
furry.
Well, a
And
hedgehog
he's
could
not
be
a-
Thank you.
fluffy.
When
He can be
when-
fluffy until
when
he
the
quills
hedgehogs are
up.
down,
Yeah, when
Yeah,
he
but
quills
that's
up, he
not what
becomes
his-
spoke.
Their quills when they're down don't look like that. Still.
Yeah, they kind of
No,
did.
but they still.
Look at this shit. What the fuck?
well, because
No, go.
Sonic is teeth or whatever.
Oh God. no, that should be the tails. Where everybody's
Oh
been
my
No.
god! They gave him like
Steve Buscemi.
Oh god! They get Buscemi eyes.
But,
They gave it Steve Buscemi eyes.
I had the conversation to LaLa and Daniel about why he's fuzzy, and fans have been doing fan art of Sonic for over 10 years, making him
Yeah.
fuzzy. So you can't go and say he's not like that because the fans have interpreted him that way for over a decade.
Mhm.
Oh,
But it's still.
It's just so funny with the
I've
Steve
seen a
Buscemi
hedgehog in
eyes.
real life.
There's still. Hold on, let me go back to the
I've
Buscemi
held
eyes.
I mean, he looks nothing like a real life hedgehog. I mean, he only has 3 quills on his head. I mean, he looks nothing like a real hedgehog.
I agree.
You know
That's
what?
the most hideous
That
thing
picture looks like how the Sonic trailer feels.
I didn't even see the trailer to be honest. Like I
Like
just
that we don't want.
Hold on. All right, let's watch the trailer then. Let's watch the fucking
no,
trailer.
I'm
Looks like
resisting. I don't
That
want to.
picture right there that Daniel
Well,
put on,
you can't-
he looked like he's
You
put some
can't,
good
you
devil.
can't play the trailer. They're targeting people.
Oh
for
God. No.
They're targeting people for the Gangster's Paradise copyright.
That one looks pretty fucking cool too, actually.
I like the one above it. The one above it is spot on perf.
Yeah, this one's spot on for sure, for sure.
Yeah.
That definitely
even
looks
if
like
they left him
Sonic.
fuzzy, like how Terry's saying, if he looks like that, that's how Sonic's supposed
I'm
to
okay.
look. To be
Even if
honest, I
they-
don't remember.
Oh
what they look like.
god.
Oh, I remember.
What the
Right there.
hell?
Because what Sonic showed his teeth.
Like really, all they really need to
Okay,
do is make
no,
his
no,
eyes a
but-
little bit bigger.
Okay,
and
so
change
they're
his
I agree.
body a little
redesigning Sonic, but why? What's with his teeth also? Like,
He
I know,
has
I don't
human
know.
teeth.
He's
I saw a picture
Sonic-
where how like
Sonic has
hedgehogs' teeth are
always
supposed
had.
to be.
Sonic
Yeah, that's
has
straight
always
teeth.
had human teeth since the beginning. So
I
anybody
have some
who's
socks.
so
With socks.
anybody who is critiquing his teeth, they're all fucking idiots because Sonic has always had human teeth.
Yeah,
What other teeth
exactly.
are they
So
gonna
why
give
are
him?
people?
Damn, that looks
Because
badass as
people
fuck
are idiots.
right there.
Because people are idiots. They're
That's how
over
it
here
should look.
critiquing
That
something
that
that
looked
they don't know shit
badass
about.
right there.
I think
That
they're
looks
just butthurt
fucking
at the
dope
now.
right
They're
there.
just trying to talk shit if they're
Right.
talking
Yeah.
about his teeth.
The teeth thing, they're
Can you show me what his teeth look like? Do we know what they look like? Like when a regular
normal
person-
Sometimes there's
I'll look
sometimes
it up.
he just has normal teeth. He doesn't have like spiky teeth. Like this is
Right
how he
there's the-
looks.
You know,
Right there,
he
this
has,
is
he has
right, this is
regular
cartoon
human
teeth.
teeth.
That's
Yeah.
perfect. That is so perfect. That's what he should look like, right
Yeah,
there.
he has
This,
human
this
teeth.
is dope
He
right here.
doesn't-
This is
he
dope
doesn't
right here.
have gaps. He doesn't have fangs. He has
Yeah,
normal
that'd be
human
weird.
teeth.
See, and
Yeah.
that's
I think this one looks dope right here. This one looks dope on the right.
The
This is
one that
more
looks
like
amazing.
Sonic. Yes.
yeah.
Just
Like,
gotta fix it.
I
is
can
still
even
the same
accept the
kind of
blue
style.
arms. I can even accept the blue arms and no gloves with this look, because he still puts you in the same kind of like what you would
The
think.
one on
Sonic
the
would
left
look
looks like a guy in a costume.
Yeah.
Here, put on
Yeah.
a suit. Put on a
That's
suit.
what-
There you
That's what
go.
I'm saying, and that the one on the left is what we're supposed to be getting. The one on the left we're supposed to.
Yeah.
So
Be
the right should have been what
I think he
what it
should have
should
gloves
been.
on if
Shoes
he's
are
wearing
wrong.
tennies. If
His
he's wearing
shoes are wrong.
sneakers.
His shoes are definitely
shoes are
wrong.
wrong.
But that's
Like I
because of
said,
Nike. That's because
the
of
one on the-
Nike though. Nike is all up in this shit. And
No,
they wanted
those
to-
are
yeah.
those ain't Nikes, are they? Those are fucking Pumas.
Doesn't
Are they
matter.
cool?
They don't
No.
look anything
No, aren't
like,
they
you know,
Adidas?
He wears like big ass blue shoes. I mean red
They
shoes.
don't- they
like,
don't-
white
Lokita
socks.
said it's like a Sonic onesie.
Exactly. To me personally, I thought the one on the left looked like it was a fucking furry. It was like a furry had a baby furry.
It's so bad. They just fucked him up so much.
It's just the one on the left with the legs.
It's like the legs and the
legs,
hips,
the
man. It's like,
crotch.
ugh.
He looks like a person. Like that's just fucked up. Like that's just bad. That is so wrong on so many different reasons.
Well,
I'm
they
looking forward
said
to
they're
it.
changing it, but it'll probably take a while because if
They haven't
See,
put
that
him
looks
in-
fucking dope right there. That looks dope to
Yeah.
me.
Because they can't just change how he looks. You got to keep in mind things in the movie are going to interact with him. So if his height changes, they have to re-coordinate
Everything's
all
gonna
of that.
They're gonna have to push
Exactly.
back the date.
You know,
They're probably gonna
otherwise,
keep him the same height.
you know, because if people are supposed to be talking to him, they don't want it to look like they're not looking at him. You
Anthony,
know?
I agree with
Everything
you on that.
has to get adjusted.
That is good.
That's
I agree with
it.
Anthony.
Anthony said it looks like Kevin Durant dressed up as Sonic.
Oh god.
Yes.
Look at that shit. What the fuck is that going on?
That's when he was sick. Sonic was sick in the hospital. He's like, oh, why?
I mean, they can keep the tennis shoes that they got. They should just have a white stripe going over the top.
Exactly, Terry. I agree.
They need to add the white
There's
I think they should give him his gloves, though. I do think that should be something in the movie that he earns his gloves or
What
something.
the
That he
fuck
should definitely
is
have
this?
gloves
I mean,
on.
we don't know what they're doing. I do know by looking at it, it's definitely going to be an origin story because you see Jim Carrey's reenactment. He looks really young,
What the
and then
fuck?
you make him change.
Yeah, what the fuck is that, dude?
Okay.
What's the Thanos thing doing in the
Look
sun?
at that one. He has gloves.
Those are the right
that
shoes right
Fendi?
there.
See,
Those are the right shoes right there, and
Those
they're
are right
Nike.
shoes
He's
right
supposed
Yes.
to have a white stripe going over them, but the ones
Can
in
you
the
go
movie don't.
Danny, to what Terry was talking about, can you go up? About the gloves.
Oh no,
That one,
but
Terry?
but Terry, to make the comment about Eggman
Not
and
doing
all that,
past it.
at the end of trailer, then he goes to his original look with the mustache and then
Yeah,
all
because
that.
this movie is going to be an origin. It's going to be how they first meet. So
Is
that
there
means
ever a movie?
But Dr. Robotnik always been fat though. It wasn't like he was like skinny and then all of a sudden he got sick of
We
chasing
don't know.
Sonic. So he.
Whoa,
No, we do know.
We've
We do
never
know.
seen
We
Eggman.
literally
You've never
do
seen Eggman when
know.
he was young. No, you don't. You've never
He's
seen him when
always
he was
been
young.
old. He's always
You've
been
never
that
seen
old guy.
a young.
Do you
Eggman.
honestly
He's always
think
been an old
like
man.
Sonic was like
Plus,
feuding with Dr. Robotnik for
nobody
like 30
can do
years? Like, come on,
Eggman.
man.
His proportions are not humanly possible.
his legs
That's
would
not
just
true.
snap under
not
that
true.
His
weight.
legs are too freaking thin for that
I
big
do know
body.
a person
His
that-
body is the shape of an egg. Nobody
I know
can.
somebody that
Nobody
looks
can do that. Nobody can
Yeah.
do that. And if they
Yes, you can. That's not
CGI
true.
is
Yes, you can.
expensive as fuck. And they're already going to be spending their
Yeah.
CGI budget on Sonic. They're not going to sit there and try to
That'd be
superimpose something
That
on
would
Jim
be good,
Carrey.
Terry. That'd be stupid as fuck.
Especially with how much money Jim Carrey's probably getting paid, Jim Carrey's going to want his body shown, not
Yeah, I
have
wanna-
his body covered up.
Danny, I want a movie with that. Just make that 4 feet tall.
Hold on, Sonic is doing the
I'm
OK
down.
symbol too. Like that shit is terrible.
liars.
But like I said, since they're going to go back and redesign it, I see the movie maybe getting delayed. Because
Oh, it's definitely-
Well, of course.
Because me personally,
Absolutely.
it takes time to go reshoot everything,
That
and
picture you're
redo
showing,
everything.
that picture you're showing, Danny, when they're like trying
No.
to give Sonic 2 eyeballs.
And another thing is, there was another article that DualShockers Inc. covered.
Wait, you talking about like this one?
Yeah, when he has 2 eyes. Right, so that one's better because he's got the 1 eye. But I'm like looking
Right.
at a picture. They make that one with 2 eyes is what Knuckles looks like. So then
Yeah,
it looks like
yeah, let me go
Knuckles,
back,
not
let me
like
go
Are they
back.
going to introduce Knuckles also in this?
Probably
He
not.
would have been in the
Right.
commercial if he was.
Probably not.
Right.
Like this one.
You
You
know
talking about
what?
like this one here, LaLa? Like this one?
Yeah, that's Knuckles' eyes.
Like
It
Terry
is
said, this is
kind
of-
an
Yeah, that's
origin
true.
story.
This is an origin story, so
What
this
they'll
wouldn't
probably do is they'll probably tease Tails after the credits or something.
And that'd be like a huge bummer.
And then in the second movie, it will have Tails, but also meeting Knuckles.
In the second movie, that
Maybe.
gets canceled because they definitely won't make up the amount that they need.
True.
Like I said,
Right.
if this movie makes a good amount of money and successful, you'll see another part, a part 2. to
You'll
this
see a
movie.
part 2 for sure. If they make it right though, honestly, like if
I
they
feel like it's
really
coming out
do
too
it,
soon to Pokemon.
With the redesign, yeah.
yeah, if they really do it, oh god.
Why?
Oh, Nicolas Cage.
There was another article I was
I'm in
our
on
group
that
chat.
movie as well. I want that one. Nicolas Cage as Sonic. I'm in.
reading. That'd be awesome. But there was another article that I posted in our platform podcast group that Matthias, he was the director. He's the director for a Pokemon movie, and he was originally asked to do this movie, but he turned it down, and he
shitted on it.
No,
shitted
Mike,
on
I
it.
was reading an article that he said because Pokemon was filmed on traditional film compared to the digital.
Oh yeah, and he said he's glad he turned down the Sonic movie because he goes, "Ooh, this movie looks bad."
well, because then he drops like Steven Spielberg that Star Wars, Indiana Jones, all that traditional film, and all the movies afterwards traditional film.
Like I said,
I could agree with his.
Like I said, he threw some shade at this movie.
Yeah.
He did. He was like Pikachu is gonna be fucking killing Sonic. Like he literally was like, that movie is shit. And he was saying it, like he was just like cinematography that they did, the style that they chose to do a digital shot instead of like actual shooting was garbage. Like he was thoroughly shitting on it.
To be fair, though, do you think that everyone would be as excited for the Detective Pikachu if it wasn't Ryan Reynolds?
Yes.
I
think so. Yes.
People would still be excited.
I didn't care if it was Ryan Reynolds or not.
The fact that Ryan Reynolds is in it is going to bring a different fan base that isn't Pokemon related, which is helps them even more.
Yeah,
For me personally, I don't care about him or Pokemon, so I'm still not going to see it.
Me personally,
yeah.
When I first saw the trailer and before they even like showed Ryan Reynolds' voice, I was super stoked. I was like, oh my god, look at these Pokemon! They look fucking real. This is what I want.
This is what I thought they would look like.
But Pikachu doesn't look fuzzy in any of his stuff.
Yeah, his new toys look hilarious, actually, that they're fuzzy.
I like the Pikachu design. I like how they...
No, I'm not.
I like the Charizard and
I have to
Blastoise,
complain
their design,
about.
how they did it.
Right. So when Sonic did this, they did it fucking wrong. Just made Pikachu, Detective Pikachu even look way better because they did this way wrong. Like it's like totally two opposites.
Let's pull up.
They just went in completely the wrong direction. They should have just went all out, just like gave him like these giant buff ass speed legs and
the gloves and just
these giant cartoon gloves and cartoon feet. Like they should have just went all out.
Exactly, Joker Rabbit.
The toy is actually pretty cute.
So there's Pikachu.
He's awesome. But when you think of Pikachu, that's what you think Pikachu would look like.
Psyduck looks like he's on crack.
I love Psyduck.
So that's Pikachu.
Ludicolo looks like a stalker. He will just stare at you.
And like he said,
maybe if they made Sonic look more adorable and cute, he would have been approved a little bit better. But that guy looks like a fucking troll. Like even Pikachu looks way fucking adorable. You know, like he's not remotely attractive. Like he's got nothing going on for himself. It's kind of a bummer. Poor Sonic. These guys got him fucked up.
Yeah, they got him fucked up. Honestly, I mean, yeah, I know there's been fans who have, drew him buff or whatever, but I feel like the main source material for Sonic, he's always had this same build. Even the newer Sonics, skinny legs,
his build has changed.
No. If you
go back to older Sonic, he was a lot shorter and stubbier.
Yeah. He was shorter and more circular. They made him taller, yes. But I mean, for the most part, he was the same. Skinny legs, the same type of eyes, gloves, the shoes with the red stripe. It's always been super
golden
simple.
rings.
The golden
rings. Though? At least they didn't go so far as to make Sonic into like a live action person. At least they didn't go that far.
I'm good with that one.
I feel like with the body shape that they did, they kind of did.
No, but they could have gone like full Dragon Ball and like.
Oh god, not that movie.
No, they might go.
That movie doesn't exist.
They could have made him a teenager with blue hair, like it.
Oh god, that would have been so fucking shitty.
I
do know what you mean. I do know.
They just got They got Jaden. They got Jaden Smith playing Sonic.
Like that spiky hair.
Sonic.
Oh my god, dude!
Thank God.
They're awesome. We might see him go full Super Saiyan, whatever you want to call it, in the movie.
Oh man!
But yeah.
What is it called? Golden Sonic? when he goes.
Oh, that'd be cool
Yeah.
if they did Golden Sonic.
It's
They
Super
had a movie
Sonic.
about that. Yeah, Supersonic. They had a
It's
movie
called
about that.
Supersonic, not Golden
was-
Sonic.
Yeah,
It was a
Supersonic.
cartoon.
Yeah.
I always called
It
it
was
Golden
dope.
Sonic when I did it.
That's when they had the Black Sonic in that movie too. I don't remember
Shadow?
it, but he went gold
Shadow.
and Shadow was
That's
there
Shadow.
too. Yeah, it was dope.
All right.
I
Yeah.
love Sonic. I loved his movie. So I'm actually really a bummer. I'm a big Sonic fan. I remember loving
So
the
am I.
cartoons when I was little. And so when I see
Sonic.
this shit, I'm like, that sucks. I don't even want to see
The games were pretty good also.
Yeah, Sega one was fucking raw.
Sonic Generations was dope as fuck. I love
on
that.
Switch.
Sonic Adventure Battle was amazing also. And Sonic Director's
Sonic
Cut.
Racing. Sonic Racing.
Sonic Racing.
Dope.
Oh, that's coming out this May.
Yep, Sonic
Mhm.
Racing.
Let's
fucking,
go. Pre-order at GameStop.
I didn't like Sonic Boom though. That shit was garbage. Like that.
I
Nobody
played
liked
Sonic
that.
Colors.
Sonic
It was
Colors was
alright.
dope.
It was
Sonic Colors was
my
dope.
favorite.
Sonic Generations and Sonic Mania is fucking
Sonic
amazing. Sonic
Spinball
Mania.
he was sucked ass also.
Sonic
Apparently-
Pinball was pretty good on the Game Boy.
Oh, yeah.
Sonic
Sonic
3D
Spinball
was
sucked
garbage. Sonic 3D.
Sonic Spinball sucked ass. I'm sorry.
It did. That
was
shit was trash. Yes.
What
Sonic
was it?
Spinball was-
Sonic R Racing on the PC game? That
yeah,
was good.
Sonic. Yeah, that was dope. Yes.
Yeah, that's what they're bringing back this May. Sonic Racing.
Yep, new Sonic
Why did they
Racing.
need-
Yep.
That one
Is
and
it a
Crash
sequel?
Car Racing.
And
They
another one
already
was
have
trash.
Sonic Racing, so is this a sequel?
Yes, a sequel.
Well, I
yes,
guess
it's a sequel.
Or like-
No, it's a
Yes.
remake. It's a remake.
It's
is
more
what
of
I
a
heard.
It's a remake. Okay,
Yeah,
because
it's a remake.
I already
Crash Kart.
because I had Sonic Racing on like the 360.
Right. It's
Yeah.
a
Oh, it was
remake.
on the
Don't let Danny
360?
fool you.
Yeah,
Oh, what?
this isn't new. This has been done.
No, I just hated how
It doesn't
they
say part
like
2,
the
so I'm
current
just guessing
Sonic.
it's just the current one.
Like he has a scarf now, bigger legs. Knuckles look like just like fatter and all that.
Well, that's like
Dude,
fine,
me and
but
Danny were talking like on the side over here. It would be fucking dope. No lie there, King. If they bring in Uganda Knuckles and
No.
in the movie.
I literally listen. No.
You stop, Mike.
I was gonna say no.
You just want to make the movie worse. That's what you do.
Mike, you're the biggest
you know the
fucking
way?
troll to everything. You're
Do you
your
know
own
the
troll.
way?
Fucking
You're
funny
a
though.
walking
It'd be
fucking-
hilarious. They bring him in.
I could
Then
see
wave
that,
like
like just like a
Exactly.
one shot, like
just a one
Just
shot.
Like a
Just a
cameo,
one-shot
that'd be
thing.
kind of dope though if they did have like a small cameo. Not gonna lie, of like
That would be
Uganda
No,
fucking-
in the
it
background.
needs to. The idea needs to burn and die and forget that he.
I mean, I know you don't like the
Terry,
games
do
there,
you know
Terry.
the way? Do you know
Exactly.
the way, Terry?
Don't.
You know the way, Terry.
Don't.
Terry, is there any memes that you do like?
No, I hate memes.
Terry hates
Yeah,
memes.
but how can you?
The
be
real
on
question
internet
is, what
and
is
hate
something
memes?
do you
Oh shit! They said Mike was alive. Oh shit. Yeah, he does.
All right.
There we go.
So what's this Borderlands 3 thing? I've been
Oh
asking.
shit! Here, I'm gonna pull it up for you right here. Let me pull it up for everybody.
He just wants to dive into Borderlands.
Why did everybody get so excited? I didn't watch it either.
Oh,
I didn't
shit.
watch
Let
it
me
because
I
Borderlands is
didn't.
predictable. What are they going to show you? They're going to show you, the same shit, and it's going to be them promoting
Alright,
a
I'm
fuck
gonna-
ton of shift
I'm gonna
codes.
pull it up for
Like they
everybody
do
and shit.
for every time they have a new Borderlands game. It's all they ever want to promote is
Okay.
their fucking shift codes. Screw
So
that crap.
here's the thing with Borderlands, okay? So
why I
Borderlands
love
3,
Terry,
they,
she's
they
a
did
real
their
one.
they did their big gameplay event, and it was dope. Actually, Borderlands looks fucking amazing. Borderlands 3 looks dope. Don't take that anything away from that. But the problem with what happened was what he said towards the end of the stream. He said basically there's no shitty microtransactions at all in this game. He said there's zero microtransactions. Well, so I guess Game Facts or Game, I can't remember who actually
Rant?
did the article.
Thanks, Mike.
Game Rant?
Was it Game?
Bill Shockers also had it. It's like Game Rant.
Game Informer. I'm sorry, Game Informer. So Game Informer
Oh,
did
shit.
Game Informer did a article, and it said despite Gearbox CEO Randy Pitchford's comments about no microtransactions in Borderlands 3 during today's live stream, we've told that cosmetic items are still purchasable. So Randy Pitchford, aka Shao Kahn, he fucking flips out. And he goes, come on, guys, shitty clickbait headline. Literally seconds before I said that, I made it very clear we're going to do cosmetic stuff like we did in Borderlands 2. I was talking about premium currency and loot boxes kind of stuff not being in our game. So he goes on and on. Why you guys would fuck... He says, why you guys would fuck me on this is beyond me. Thanks a lot. And Randy
To
Pitchford
Game
goes on and
Informer?
on. literally to Game Informer. This is their Twitter, and he's on Game
Word for
Informer.
word, this guy is brave.
You seem to have me mistaken with
He
publisher.
always-
Oh shit! He called out 2K. He said you seem to have me mistaken with publisher 2K Games. Oh shit! I didn't see that. Oh, fuck, Randy. Oh
Where's the
shit!
backlash?
His face triggered.
I bet there's hella like meme comments of everyone like dead.
yeah.
Like, oh my god.
So there would be tons of
It seems
cosmetic
like if
drops.
people
free.
mention you have to buy loot in a game, everybody always jumps to the microtransaction conclusion. Borderlands, you've always had to go to a machine and buy your shit. I mean,
well, they've always sold they always sold costumes.
Same.
like-
You don't have to buy anything. You don't have to unless you really fucking
Right.
want it.
There's no microtransactions in Borderlands. He literally was talking about the machines. Remember, they always had those vending machines. You buy your guns,
Yes.
you buy your fucking masks and shit out of the vending machines with the game currency. That's how Borderlands always is. That's what he's talking about. And people hear, oh, you gotta buy stuff, microtransaction. Oh my
So hold on now,
god, people
Terry.
are fucking idiots.
No, hold on, Terry. hold on,
Well,
hold on.
Terry, you know
Hold on.
who
There's
who
microtransactions.
led to
though.
all
There
that
is.
Star Wars
There
Battlefront
is
2.
microtransactions in the
There's
game.
microtransactions. Borderlands 2, you can buy costumes and stuff, 99 cents a piece.
My
Um,
not one.
Well, that's
One
like
of our
loot crate stuff then,
one of
right?
our writers over at Dual
No
Shockers
loot crate
did-
stuff.
One of our writers over at DualShockers even talked to him, and yes, he confirmed there is microtransactions in the game. Randy did.
Well, that's
Listen.
stupid because they always just
But,
went to a
hold on.
vending machine and
But
bought
hold
your
on,
stuff.
but hold on, they're just only cosmetics. He goes, it's up
Yeah,
to you
yeah.
to buy
There's
it.
nothing you could buy in game that you use
Pay to
in game
win.
outside of
But that's
yeah,
still
you
stupid.
can't buy- Well, you
Borderlands,
can buy guns from
Borderlands,
the-
you always
from the machines,
just
all
bought
that.
your cosmetics.
I shared the article there, Dan. If you
Wait,
want.
wait. Hold on, Terry, though. But Borderlands 2 had a ton of microtransactions when it came to costumes. Like, literally, it was like 400 costumes they were selling, 99 cents a piece.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. So, but listen, I
I've
think
never
what,
looked at 'em. I've never
I think
bought
what
any,
Randy,
I
I think
remember.
what Randy is kind of, I think he overreacted to this because I think
Yes.
what Game Informer was trying to say was not necessarily is not microtransactions. There's no nefarious ones, and they even said that in their article too. That it's not
Nefarious?
like like this is not like a EA
win.
move. You know what I'm saying? It's not like that. It's more of that you can buy additional costume DLC, but
Is it really a
outside of that-
microtransaction, or is it just
Yes.
you go on their store and you buy a costume?
No. You
so
have to go.
microtransaction, you don't get what you think you're getting. It's always
No. Well, no. Microtransaction is paying for something, a small amount for something in game. That's the definition of microtransaction. Loot box is what you pay for something and you don't know what you're going to get. It's a gamble. You know, those loot crates, loot boxes. So, listen.
Yeah.
It's been done since Borderlands 2. Randy,
I always just
think
see that as DLC. Like it's just downloadable content that you purchase off the store.
Listen.
And
even
it
the
could come in
hold
DLC
on.
also.
Even the producer of Borderlands 3 said that the game has microtransactions, but they're only cosmetic. So I think what Randy did was he was thinking that Game Informer was trying to do like a gotcha segment. And if you really read their article here, let me go to it. Let me just pull it up here. So,
I have it pulled up right. If you scroll down, I have it pulled up for you, Danny, on DualShockers.
Can you still see it if I switch screens here?
Also,
Yeah, okay.
Mike,
All right,
on the...
It's
Go
better to
ahead.
have the original article than to have somebody else talking about the article.
Right. So like
That's what DualShockers would be. They would just be commenting on it. They wouldn't have.
True.
It wouldn't be the real article.
Yeah, so this is the actual article here. So this is Game Informer's article. They talked about, it said, during the live stream dedicated to the first ever Borderlands 3 gameplay reveal, Gearbox CEO Randy Pitchford took the stage and told the audience that the upcoming game won't have microtransactions. So that was his quote, that it won't. And he says, to clarify, Pitchford is talking specifically about how you won't be able to buy weapons, gear, or anything that affects gameplay. Cosmetic items, however, are still purchasable with real money. We're selling cosmetic items. This is to quote Randy Pitchford, but we're not going to nickel and dime players, said Gearbox. This is Paul Sage, not Randy Pitchford, in an interview. So DLC will come down the line, but the game won't have anything excessive. Keeping purchasable loot boxes out of Borderlands 3 is part of Gearbox's commitment and vision for the game. We've made a commitment to the story, style, design that our fans have told us loud and clear that they can cherish and want us to preserve, Pitchford said. The Borderlands 3 live stream is still going on, I guess, blah, blah, blah. So, looks like they changed the article a little bit. So, Randy may have had a small point about the article because I guess the title would be kind of clickbaitish to say that, Randy Pitchford said this and then this is another thing. So I could kind of see where he was voicing his concern because this article is different than what I read originally. So they changed it. They updated it to make it sound, I would say, definitely more informative onto what you're actually going to get with Borderlands 3. So that's pretty fucking interesting.
IGN.
Yeah, no IGN, none of that shit. This is pretty fucking dope, actually. So what, Terry? What do you think about this? Now that they've changed the article, what do you think?
I don't know. I don't care either way.
Oh shit.
I mean, it's skins. Like,
I don't care.
Okay.
I'm just gonna play the game, and every time I get Borderlands, the only thing I ever purchase with real money is just the new DLC characters that they launch later. That's it. So I don't really care about whatever else they have.
All right. Since we're still on the Borderlands thing, we'll get everybody's opinion on this thing we're talking about. But I have something else I want to ask.
What?
I mean,
motherfucker?
Let's get.
Okay. Well, look, I say it like this. Final word on this. I say it like this. Randy Pitchford, man. Listen, we can see the love in the game. We see it, man.
I'm super stoked.
And I understand it can get emotional because that's your fucking baby. Like Borderlands 3 is like their main shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's like
the whole series
press. Yeah, the whole series, and it is, and it's just the whole series was amazing so far, at least. So you want to keep that same trend of it being amazing and having this fun time when you do play it. And Randy, I get it, man. Emotions is high. The game is close to releasing, and it's just a whole bunch that's on the line. But I think you did this one right. You treated it like Borderlands 2. Which the microtransactions literally were not visible. You know what I'm saying?
It'll have a good launch regardless.
Yeah. Those things, I like what they did.
It's going to have a good launch.
I like what they did with Borderlands 2 because that wasn't what they were pushing. They didn't push like,
I like Borderlands 1,
spend extra money. They didn't push.
Pre-sequel was good. Also,
pre-sequels, man.
I like
pre-sequel was good.
I liked all of them.
It was good.
I liked all of them.
Yeah, pre-sequel was good, but I just felt like I feel like this one is going to be
DLC
great.
Was Tiny Tina's Adventure.
Yeah, that shit was fun.
That was good.
But I just Randy Pitchford, if you're listening, bro, it's going to be all good, man. Take a fucking breath, dude. You know what I'm saying? Smoke a joint, man. Roll it up. Put that shit in the air. It's going to be dope. The shit that I saw, I thought looked like a true evolution of that art style. The cell shading. It looks so good. It's like the frame rates were outstanding on everything, even consoles. Like, it just looks like there was super, super love put into it, and I think it's going to do quite well. Okay, Big Mike, you said you had a shitty question. What is it?
I do have two questions. I have two more things on Borderlands before we move on to your other thing. All right. The next thing I have about Borderlands is 3 is the fuck up they're doing with Reese.
Okay.
If you, I pulled up the article for you. It's there if you want to use it. I mean, Terry discussed about it on stream and plus off stream.
I brought it up. I was the one that posted about it.
Yes, you did.
And what about it?
They did some bullshit where they didn't even ask the original voice actor to do Reese again. They didn't even ask him. They went ahead and recast somebody else, and then they had the audacity to go on social media and say that the original actor wasn't available, so we had to find somebody else.
Here it is.
And then he came out and said, "Bitch!" He came out. He was so pissed because they never even asked him. So now they're trying to act like he wasn't available and didn't want the part. When he said that he would have loved to do it again, they never asked him, and he basically called them out and told them to get their fucking facts straight. He was pissed.
Yes.
He was pissed.
Super pissed. Troy Baker was super pissed.
Yeah,
and just now, I want to say just now, this week.
Who was Reese? And
he's from Tales of the Borderlands.
No, I know that, but who was the voice actor of him?
Troy Baker.
The one who does Batman and everybody else.
He does the voices for Last of Us. He does.
No, but Troy Baker wasn't he Batman in the Telltale?
I'm not sure.
Oh,
I have to
maybe.
go. I would have to go look.
Telltale tends to use all the same voice actors and all of them.
But I'm just saying. But I'm just saying. But they said they didn't ask him, and then Troy Baker's like came back with a tweet. He says, "Motherfucker," he goes, "Y'all didn't ask me." He goes, "What's up with that?" And then all of a sudden, this week they finally announced that the voice that's doing Reese is this guy Ray Chase or whatever his name is that Danny has up, but he was the voice of Noctis. And then Troy Baker,
Final Fantasy 15, yeah. You know what? Honestly, listen,
I just find that super shady. Like,
they did him dirty, man, because he went on Twitter talking about how he would love to do the part.
He said he did.
He said he kept going on about how it would be a dream to be able to do it again. He loved the role. He wanted to do it again. And then they came out and said that he wasn't available, so they had to recast. And he's like, "What? You never even asked me. Get your facts straight, you fuckers."
Honestly, they probably wanted someone cheaper, because Troy Baker is one of the bigger voice actors.
He is a bigger voice actor, yes.
And I can guarantee you Ray Chase is cheaper.
Probably. Then on top of that, there was another voice actor they hired for Claptrap. We're not going to get the original voice actor for Claptrap.
Oh, that kind of sucks.
Really?
Yeah, DualShockers had that also. I don't think I pulled it up for you guys.
Well, whoever does it might do a great job, but that's the
Well, people can tell they're like, okay, the voice of Claptrap sounds a little younger.
Fans get upset when
your stream crashed.
No,
just kidding.
It's still going.
People get upset. I mean, there was lots of backlash for Life is Strange, before the storm, because they couldn't get the original voice actor. Because she had a different project she was working on. She couldn't do it.
And that's understandable because the
voice
voice actors have other projects they're working on and they couldn't.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she turned it down. That's different. He said he wanted to do it, and they didn't even ask him, so he's upset.
Yes.
Okay.
And then they lied. I mean, they wanted him, but they didn't have to go on public record and lie, saying that he wasn't available when he was. That's why it's getting heated. Is they came out and lied to everybody about what happened when it wasn't true.
Exactly. Randy Pitcher even went on his Twitter.
It shows here the stream went offline.
Refresh your page.
Oh, okay.
Mine did that too. Just refresh it. It crashed
Randy Pitcher even went on his own Twitter when the shit was going down. It's like, look.
It still says it's offline, and I refreshed.
Oh, mine says offline too.
Oh shit! What happened?
Danny's already slapping.
Crashed for a second.
Hold up. OBS still says it's up.
I'm up. I see it. It's working.
Yeah, mine says offline. Do I have internet?
It's off. It's off because it's already at the beginning. So
mine shows a picture of Sonic.
Oh shit! What the fuck? Like OBS is.
I can see Jolene on there. Like that's what's showing me. Like it's at the beginning.
That's the beginning. No, but then Mike, that third one, the censoring the midget, is just.
I want to bring that up also.
It's just like really, you're gonna
live, you guys. Wait, we're not even
live. We're not live. We're not live.
I know, so you don't discuss it before we're, because then you're not gonna talk about it.
It's gonna be authentic.
What the fuck?
Oh, it's loading. I think it's back.
Okay, I think it's good. Yeah.
Okay. Now you can go and try to have that conversation you two were trying to have.
Are we live? Are we fucking live?
Go for it,
It looks like
shit.
You're good.
Yeah, we're good.
OBS was like good. Like I don't understand. I don't know what.
Blame YouTube.
It could be YouTube, yeah.
Sometimes
it's
fucking YouTube.
Anyways, Mike, as we were saying earlier.
Yes, as we were saying earlier, the other thing I wanted to bring up was that Game Rant brought up is they're trying to step away from the whole slur words and everything on Borderlands 3 because they're offensive supposedly to people, and what they mentioned about was how they called the little people midgets in Borderlands 1 and 2. And so they're stepping away from that. They're going to call them tinks. To me, personally, that sounds a little more offensive.
That sounds more offensive, actually. Yeah. What?
I don't like that either.
See, that's what I'm thinking.
What's wrong with midget? That's what we use the term in medical.
No. It's politically
frowned upon. It's like
what about little?
Yeah.
Like it's messed up.
I thought we did little people. I thought there were little people,
right? It's like calling a gay person the F word. Like it's offensive.
That's right.
Isn't little people? Isn't it little people now? That's what I thought it was.
Yeah, they like being called little people. They
like to be called little people. They like to
It
be
works
called
for the
little people.
game though because it's the Borderlands. It's like a savage land where everyone's killing each other.
Right.
Isn't it supposed to be
Like who cares about it?
It's like, hey, I can shoot you in the neck, but I don't want to call you a midget. You know what I'm saying? But I can kill you.
Offensive, but die.
I mean, it's understood with Tiny Tina because
Yeah, but at the same
she's
time,
small,
Austin,
but,
you wouldn't want him going into the game, and play that card where it's apocalyptic and kill each other, and then they have black people called the N-word on the game. You know, it's the same
Right.
thing. You can't be offensive just because they're in, a bad place.
Mhm.
It won't
I have
work
the
well
article
with
there,
the
Dan, if you
people
wanna-
trying to
it's
play it.
towards the bottom.
That's true.
By Game Rant. If you want to share it, Danny.
It's a good way
What?
to put it, Terry.
Let me see. Hold on. Let me see what you got, because I don't know which one right here. Censoring derogatory terms. There it is.
Yeah, censor.
Okay. All right. Let me see here. Pull it up for everybody so you can see.
Oh,
So I
think
look. I feel like
It's
is
loading.
it it's loading.
Yeah.
Shit, I don't know what it
No.
is. Like it's not.
That's okay.
Like OBS is looking fine. Like it's not. It's not like I'm. I don't know. what
Rabbit
the
said
fuck.
there's an event on Fortnite that might be making it crash. I know that would happen on Twitch.
Oh shit.
Oh, they have too many people on their servers right now.
Yep, servers fucking crashing
See,
and shit,
All right,
fucking
it's
us
pulled
up.
for me now. I see it now on my end.
Yeah, you're good.
It's just a little small buffing. It might just be YouTube, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, did they get a lot of blowback from having it as midget in the previous games? Is that why they're changing it, or did they just decide all the blue? Let's just change it.
I think that's what they're doing. They're just decided to change it because they don't want the blowback.
But if they
But,
haven't
I mean,
been
there was-
getting the blowback on the
there was
last
2
three
games.
games, then
There were 3
there's
games or
3
whatever.
games already. So if there was no blowback on those, then I think they're fine.
Well, you know how this generation is now anymore these days.
Yeah.
They're like, let's get out of the way before we get shoved
Exactly.
out of
They're
the way.
probably like, let's get that out of the way before we get harassed really bad about we called somebody a midget.
Like, we don't want to be rude to fucking- I think it's a
I
good
feel
step.
like this is a non-issue. Like Borderlands has always been this kind of quirky fucking wasteland where there's no control.
It's a cartoon
you know?
type of style game.
It's like
Well, it even says
there's real shit you could be worried about, even in games that that may have affect a real issue, but like that that's just that small amount of people who have the loudest voices and they fucking say shit, and it's like it means nothing. And Randy, he should be the most devilish motherfucker ever. I mean, Randy is Shao Kahn. So I don't understand why he's conforming to these people's demands. It seemed like he would be somebody that's like, fuck you. The game, they've been called that for the first 2-3 games or so. And, they're going to be called whatever they...
Was it in pre-sequel they call it also?
I'm not sure.
I don't think they had him in pre-sequel.
They didn't have him in pre-sequel. Yeah, they didn't have him in pre-sequel.
Because it was
all... I know 1 and 2
They were,
for
they
sure.
were all on the moon, so they all had like different enemies up there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they
I don't know.
said-
That shit is
but-
fucking stupid.
The guy even said the person that's working on the game as well. He said they're toning down the language on the game.
That's lame.
So
Wait.
why are they fucking beautifying their game? Has anyone complained ever about Borderlands being this inappropriate? Are
I
they
thought
trying to make it
everyone
rated
liked
T? Is it rated M for a reason? For adults?
The
I think it's
killing
rated-
and all the themes, adult
They're-
themes going
They're
on.
going
So
for
it's
the
rated
10
M
plus
for
version.
fucking mature. There shouldn't be little ass kids playing this game complaining about the language.
Truth.
Yeah, you say that about Call of Duty and how many 12, 13-year-olds
That's
are
a
on
parent's
there.
issue. So the parents are complaining about a game that's rated M. Mom, you're supposed to be watching your child. Why is your child playing this game for fucking adults? It's your shit, Mom. Don't complain at the video game. That's a dumb thing to complain about is language. I can't
It goes
stand
both ways, though. Too.
What's up,
Think
Big
about when
Cloud?
We were kids. We were playing adult-themed games when we were little too.
I
Welcome,
mean,
Big
yeah,
Cloud.
my mom.
You were
did that, and I
playing.
was
We were all
fucking-
playing Mortal Kombat. That was not no kid-friendly fucking game. We were
I
all
was playing Vice City, and I was
Everybody,
killing the
we
hoes
were-
and running them over.
Yeah,
Didn't mean I was like
so
saying
at the same
hoes in real
token, we
life.
can't go and bitch about how it's the parents' fault when we were the same kids back then that were doing what the kids are doing now.
My mom
Right.
wasn't
we were doing
fucking
that.
trying to make people change video
know,
games and make
everybody
them stop
here,
cussing.
everybody here was probably playing the original God of War and had the sex scene when you were fucking 10. All right, so don't act like you're better than the kids today. You know what I mean?
Wait a minute, I might have been 16. I don't know how old I was, but I loved it. But I mean, I didn't become a weird person after looking at it.
Yeah,
like it wasn't
exactly.
like I was like trying to chain bitches up. Like that's not.
I mean,
what
we were just as bad as kids today playing adult themed games, so we shouldn't get on that high horse about it because that just makes us all hypocrites.
Truth. Yeah. All right. Okay. So Randy Pitchford is angry.
You might have it.
Yeah, Danny. I just want to say I got head out now.
Oh yeah, you gotta head out. All right. Well, let's do this then.
Yeah.
Let's
go to the last article. It will be quick. Earthworm Jim.
Okay, so Earthworm Jim was announced. It's announced for like some retro system, right? It's Earthworm Jim, a brand new game in the series. The creators, original creators, and original developers from the game are doing it. So that's cool. Should be fucking fantastic.
My only down thing on it is it's going to be an exclusive to a whole new console.
Really?
Yes, it's going to be the new console is like an old school console, right? The Amiga or something like that. Right?
It won't be on PlayStation, PC. It'll be exclusive to this console.
Yeah. So not going to make any sales.
It's like
what console?
Let me look it up because it's an old school.
I have it right there. I have it right there.
Or whatever.
It's the very last article I posted up there, Danny.
Okay, there it is. Here, I'm pulling it up right now. Okay, in television.
I never played the original Earthworm Jim.
Me neither.
Oh my God! Such amazing.
It's a classic.
Super Nintendo came out.
It's a classic.
Sega Genesis.
Sega Genesis is classic.
It was on Sega Genesis.
Danny, I never had a Sega Genesis, so I could never play it.
Actually,
it's
if you think
about it,
I had a Genesis.
Oh, I do recognize this.
And actually, think about it, King. I think it's even on Xbox One backwards compatible. I have it.
It is, yeah.
Okay.
Because I actually spent it. I was like, oh my God, Earthworm Jim's on my Xbox One. I got to get it.
Oh, shit. Fucking Earthworm Jim, though. Like, whoa. But they announced it in television.
Is this like going to be a new trilogy, or is this a continuation of...
It's going to be a sequel. It's going to be like a whole...
Yeah, it's a whole sequel to the original, so it's going to continue that story.
So if you've never played the original, then you're not going to have a clue what's going on?
Yeah, possibly. But you know what? They're probably going to include it all in the same fucking package.
And this is going to be the whole original team that actually made the original 3 Earthworm Gems come together. So it's going to be super
fucking dope. Earthworm Jim 4, it's been floating around for years, and it said there were the issues with IP owners.
I remember, I never played it, but I know who Earthworm Jim is. Wasn't it like a side-scrolling
That's not true
shooter?
There, Joel.
Yes, it was, Terry. Yep, it was
that's probably why I never played it. I hate platformers. That's probably
it was a platformer shooter, kind of, but it had other ways you could play it. Like, it changed the way.
It was comical.
Yeah, it was but I loved it though. I thought the animation for its time for that game was fucking phenomenal. Like it was like one of the best, most beautifully animated games back then.
The artist has made this game, and if you remember, Danny, we're going to tuck my age back in. Boogerman, you remember Boogerman?
Oh shit! Let me tuck my age in. Yes, I remember Boogerman. Boogerman was the shit, dude. Oh shit! So
he uses boogers to flick. Kill enemies or pass gas.
He would fart on you and shit. He had like fart powers and shit.
These are the games that we had as kids, and we're mad about what kids play today. I mean,
listen. Hey, I'm okay. I'm okay.
They're stepping up compared to what we were playing.
Yeah, I'm normal. I say, fuck it, I'm normal.
Right.
You're not normal, Mike.
Thank you.
The damage was done. The damage has been done. All right, King, I know you got to get out of here, bro. Mm-hmm. Man, thank you, man, for being here, man. Yep.
You're welcome.
We'll catch you in chat. All right. Yep. See ya. So yeah. Okay. Looks like we are coming to the end of the show. LaLa has to go because we were running a little behind because of Discord, but we prevailed. So let's get into our final round. Anybody want final round? I'm pretty happy. I feel like the shit worked. I don't have any grudges. They fixed Sonic because that was my final round originally, but they're saying they're gonna fix Sonic. So I mean, if you don't have anything,
I'm good.
I'll fight with Mike over Days Gone.
I haven't played it yet, so you can't fight me
You
yet.
can't fight him. He hasn't played it yet. Let's do this. Okay, all right. Well, I guess that's the end of the show. I want to shout out Chad, Big Cloud, Lokita, Joel, Molly, Pandora, Joking, Lamont, Alucard, Kenneth, GG Vision, Anthony Henry, John. Who else did we see?
Lokita.
Lokita.
Lokita. Big Cloud.
Big Cloud. All right. Yeah. Thank you guys, everybody,
Thank you
for
all
chilling
for
with us.
supporting us.
We
Thank
love
you
you
for
guys.
liking. Thank you for
Follow us on
subbing.
Podbean, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, anywhere you can log
Joel
in.
said, hold on. Joel said, hey, one thing. Hold on. What
No,
you got,
fuck
Joel?
you, Joel. No.
He said, fuck you, Joel. Yo, I got you there, Joking Rabbit. Yeet!
Yeet! Look, LaLa ain't on here, so she can't see it. You cannot fix Sonic. Sonic fans are the worst people and never be happy. Anyway, thank you guys. I got it. Thank you guys for watching. We love you guys forever and ever for chilling with us, even through the little small technical hiccup we had. I don't know what was going on, but YouTube failed miserably. So I don't know. But yeah, catch us next week. We are going to have an amazing guest with us next
very
week.
Special guest.
Yep, the voice of V from Devil May Cry 5. He's going to join us. That show should be quite interesting. I don't know how raunchy he is. I mean, maybe he watched our show. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he'll come on and be like fucking stiff, but I don't know. So we'll see. So we're going to hit him up. So that show should be pretty amazing. Like I said, follow us on Podbean, Twitter, our Patreon, Facebook, Instagram, everywhere you can see us. Spankbang.com. Pornhub. Anywhere you can log in. Terry hates that shit. Anywhere you can log in to see us. Shouts out to Big Mike. Shouts out to LaLa Alexis. Shouts out to Austin. Shouts out to the Rage Queen, Cook Kid Terry. Shouts out to King. And shouts out, special shouts out to Jolene Andersen for coming through and being so fucking funny and amazingly beautiful. So check out her shit. And Fantasy Woman Battle she hates. I still thought it was dope. But once again, shouts out to Jolene Andersen. She's an amazing woman and a very amazing actress. So check out her shit. And yeah. Thank you guys for watching. We love you and we're fucking out. Peace out.
Thank you, Austin, for coming through, man. It was awesome seeing you.